Happy birthday, Sweet 16. It's IWC Pro Wrestling's 16th anniversary. BC Steel, I'm Joe Dombrowski. IWC's legal to drive.
I know you're Joe Dombrowski.
Aren't you happy to be here? Aren't you having fun?
I'm having a ton of fun. I get to be with you, of course. Yay!
And we get to be in an IWC venue with Suge D. Sugar Dunkerton, just one of many, let's not say retro stars, let's say stars that have helped shape IWC through the years. Sugar Dunkerton, a veteran of Super Indy tournaments, always brings the flash, brings the energy, brings the excitement.
And you're hyped up tonight, aren't you?
I've been waiting 16 years for this night.
To work with me and do commentary?
Sure.
All right.
BC, I've been here for 14 years. I'm the longest tenured employee that's never left. This is such an important milestone for all of us that have watched this company build.
Joe, stand up. Why aren't you standing up and saluting the Canadian flag?
Because I Want a New Drug is not the Canadian national anthem.
I'm pretty sure Huey Lewis is Canadian.
But Jack Pollock and R.C. Dupree and Jaxon Argos certainly are Canadians at heart. They were all trained by Lance Storm, the Storm Wrestling Academy in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and as a result, they have technical proficiency, they have confidence, they've been bred for championship success, BC, and since they've come together, we really haven't seen many, if any, blemishes on their record. I don't think either of these three, any of these three, I should say, have been pinned since Jack Pollock burst on the scene and helped all three win a regular contract.
Well, you know, Jack Pollock is the motivating force behind Team Storm. He's the veteran of the team. He's the guiding light of the team. And R.C. Dupree, Jaxon Argos, and Jack Pollock have very, very bright futures here in IWC. And Joe, now I'm excited. We got Jack Pollock, Jaxon Argos, R.C. Dupree, you know, next to Bulk Nasty and LeRusso. They're my favorite guys here. You're on that list too, somewhere.
Well, we'll see if Jack Pollock can continue to ascend the list that matters, that being the IWC Championship Contenders rankings.
And look at that, getting in the boxing in with the fists. That's how I get hyped up too, Joe.
The boxing and the fists.
Yeah, clubbering, using both fists.
You and your technical terminology.
Well, they don't call me the best commentator here for nothing.
Sugar Dunkerton was in 2 Super Indy tournaments. In fact, I believe it's been the most recent 2 Super Indy tournaments. And some insiders say he just got a bad draw both years because listen to the competition that he was against. Last year's Super Indy 15 first round matchup, he came up just short against Jonathan Gresham, who ended up becoming a finalist that year. And the year before, Super Indy 14, Sugar D drew Cedric Alexander in the first round. We all know the heights that Cedric has risen to as part of the Cruiserweight division on WWE Monday Night Raw. Suge was good enough, in my estimation, to win the tournament each year, but it just happens that he seemed to face the toughest draws each and every year. We'll see if he can redeem himself against Jack Pollock.
Well, he's got a heck of a draw tonight going up against the next trending topic, Jack Pollock. As we all know, a proud member of the Team Storm Wrestling Academy. You know, I actually know that Lance Storm's favorite students are Dupree, Argos, and Pollock.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely. Would I tell a lie?
Not like Rachel Ellering or somebody like that?
Well, they're okay. You know, there's a ton of students, but I think they're the 3 favorites.
How could you be around Jaxon Argos for more than 15 seconds and think he's your favorite anyway? The guy is abrasive, he's obnoxious, he has an ego the size of this building, he never shuts up, he loves being the center of attention. He was back in catering writing his name on the food, are you kidding me?
Well, that's so nobody takes it. That's what you do. Have you been to catering? There's vultures all over the place. I couldn't even get so much as a corn chip.
fans are chanting Hobo Jack, I guess making fun of his, let's say, unkempt look.
Now that's offensive to hobos everywhere.
He's got the beard and the man bun. You think it's offensive to be compared to Jack Pollock?
No, it's offensive to be called a hobo. Jack Pollock is a moneymaker. Jack Pollock has taken the winner's share of the purse numerous times.
He absolutely has. We'll see if Suge D can navigate Pollock away from the ropes. Can't do that. And why are Dupree and Argos still out there?
Well, see, Joe, it's like you can't drive a car without all the tires. You can't drive without the steering wheel. That's what they are. The steering wheel, the tires, the transmission, they all go together.
You can drive without passengers, though. What part's left to be Jack Pollock?
Well, Pollock is the piston, the head gasket thing, motor.
So you're saying the whole is greater than the sum of the parts?
Absolutely. So you don't know car terms. I'll teach you.
IWC started in March of 2001. Powerhouse Hughes, the inaugural champion. Won a scramble-type matchup, I believe beating Orion in the finals. And IWC's continued to grow ever since. And BC, you've been around the block, as have I. You know how difficult it is for some wrestling companies just make it 2 or 3 shows, let alone make it 16 years. That's truly a testament to the office, the administration, the talent, and the fans that have been through our doors.
Absolutely, and that's not a company that runs for, 16 years and they've run maybe 16 shows. IWC runs consistently. IWC runs in all locations, and the best thing to do, come here live, go to IWCWrestling.com, go to the Twitter, the Facebook. Do we still have a MySpace?
Someone who's not consistent right now is Jack Pollock, who just backed off and took a water break and got his brow pat down.
Well, you get those in Canada, and these are Canadian rules, I believe.
I don't believe that's true. It is great to be in the Court Time Sports Center. We've called Court Time our home since 2006. Over a decade here, BC steals. Pollock takes a cheap shot. So many buildings we've been at through the years. CCAC South Campus in West Mifflin. The Palisades in McKeesport, which has wrestling roots down back to the 50s. Of course, our events in Meadville, the Franklin Legends. Hell, we even went to a place called Turkey Town. We've done it all here at IWC.
And it all started March of 2001. Seems like a long time ago. In J-Rocc, Pennsylvania, a little place called the Emerald Room, and IWC's grown by leaps and bounds since then.
With Bubba the Bulldog, Norm Connors, Chuck Roberts, and now Justin Plummer. As Suge D doesn't trust Pollock and using the official as some navigation to be a human shield, and now Dupree and Argos, he's more on target and paying attention.
Now, I happen to know Suge D was not trained by Lance Storm.
Well, obviously. But he gets the water break, though. And Pollock is incensed. What a couple of maroons.
Now, how is that fair? Suge D has an international object.
Hey, BC, I think the car is stalling.
So sometimes you just gotta give it a little gas. Don't you worry, they're gonna get to where they're trying to go. Suge D is a pothole in the Team Storm car.
I think their GPS is recalculating.
It's a little discombobulated, but don't worry. Well, they need to turn around right now.
Well, while they sort out their malfunction at the junction, here comes Suge D with both feet to Team Storm.
Now Suge D just attacked 2 men that had their back turned. Did he not?
He got 3 for the price of 2. And almost lost his belt, but adjusted before we had a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, I was so worried about his belt. It's shiny and...
You like shiny objects. Somebody jingles of keys at you, you're distracted.
Oh, keys.
Pollock trying to get the upper hand again, but Suge D... Every time I see Suge D, he's in a little bit better physical shape. And he's in a lot better mental shape. The confidence, just the way he moves. You know that Suge D believes that Suge D can be the man here in IWC or anywhere he goes in his travels.
Joe, let me ask you a question. Why is it the Jaxon Argos, Jack Pollock, and RC Dupree, you call it ego, but Suge D, oh, he's so confident and wonderful and sparkly. Well, you didn't say sparkly, but...
I think Jack Pollock's a great athlete. I think Argos and Dupree have a ton of potential, but this is why, almost on cue, this is why you got to criticize Team Storm. How does Jack Pollock get to prove himself if all of his matches turn into 3-on-1 and Suge D an awkward landing that time?
You know, Joe, when you win and they give you the winner's share of the purse.
Oh, beautiful takedown by Pollock. This could be all. Hook of the leg, and no.
when you win and they give you the winner's share of the purse, it doesn't say with help by. When Jack Pollock wins, he gets that money. And I happen to know who shares it with Dupree and Argos because he is a gentleman.
Do they get paid in USD or Canadian?
Well, what's the exchange rate at this time?
I think it's about 70 cents on the dollar.
Oh, then yes.
What?
Absolutely. Jack Pollock in firm control right now. And Joe, you know, he has till 5.
You know, Canadians don't act like this, right? They're polite, they're respectful. They don't do this. They don't choke people for no reason when they're not supposed to.
Every Canadian wrestler that I have ever met, not afraid to take a shortcut or two. And what's wrong with it if the referee doesn't see it? That referee can't see anything anyway.
What do you mean? Jack with a cover.
See, right there, totally out of position was referee, whatever his face is, totally out of position. Pollock had a 7 count.
Had a 7 count?
Yes.
So, on one hand, you don't like that the ref's incompetent, but on the other hand, you're going to willingly allow when Argos and Dupree take advantage of it.
Well, it's in the eye of the beholder, as they say.
Who says that cheating in a wrestling match is in the eye of the beholder?
Confucius and that guy that wrote all those sonnets, Billy Shakespeare.
Double handful of hair by Jack Pollock. Jack Pollock, though, has an incredible upside here in IWC. I'm not going to argue that. I think Jack, we talked about this a couple weeks ago in Rural Valley, maybe the most underrated athlete in all of Western Pennsylvania wrestling until he came here.
Well, you know, everywhere Jack Pollock was, he was a winner. Everywhere he went, he was in that main event scene. He was always making waves and he was busting heads, and that's what he's going to do here in IWC.
Suge D is down, and there's a rare mistake by Pollock, leaving the left shoulder exposed, and Suge D able to escape the fall.
And you imagine the opportunity that Argos and Dupree have. They get to learn from Pollock, and they've been very impressive in their own right. You know, they actually got their IWC contract, as you well remember, by defeating Andrew Palace in the ladder match.
Also what turned into 3-on-1.
Say you threw that one in. All I'm saying is they won. Palace was a dummy that didn't have anybody help.
Pollock may have been measuring for that boot. He's put many men away with that. Suge D, I don't know if he scouted it or he felt the instincts, but nice Mr. Wrestling 2 knee lift by Sugar Dunkerton.
Sugar Dunkerton was Mr. Wrestling 2?
Maybe. Series of jabs, and check that out. Suge D is feeling it. Cover 2 and near fall. And Dupree is trying to cause a havoc on the apron. And Dupree just got it. Much deserved. Now Argos is raising Cain. And Argos gets it. No, Argos blocks.
And see, that's what happens if you're going to take a swing at him.
Yeah, that's what should happen.
Well, Dunkerton should be disqualified.
What? Dunkerton using his head as a weapon. Pollock in a bad way. Oh, Argos took a bullet for Pollock. He stepped out of the way.
We should be disqualified again.
Argos pushed Pollock out of the way. Suge D nailed Argos. The spine buster got him. No.
You know, beautiful double-A spine buster there by Jack Pollock. You know, Suge D had no business taking hands to Argos and Dupree. None at all.
Well, now we know what Jack Pollock's measuring for at this point, don't we? Pollock has great reach, great extension to that leg. He's about 6'4", deceptively tall. That mafia kick did not pay off this time. And Suge D again, using his body as a projectile. Could he have him here? Gotta know. Can you imagine if Suge D can be Jack Pollock's first major loss in IWC?
Well, I'll tell you, that would send ripples throughout Canada. The dollar would drop. The provinces would all probably disintegrate, or whatever provinces do.
The provinces would disintegrate.
Prime Minister Trudeau, who's a good personal friend of mine, he would probably resign.
Trudeau doesn't know a thing about you. He's actually popular.
I would take that as an insult. That's one.
Now, what are Dupree and Argos? What are Argos and Dupree doing on the outside?
I think they're tying their shoe, Joe.
Suge D doesn't see it. Wait, no, they've got the foot of Suge D. Suge D has no way to kick out, and Pollock steals it.
show. That was so impressive. Did you see how Pollock shifted the weight so he could capitalize, and he was able to pin Suge D?
And these people don't like it a bit.
Well, that's because they're stupid. I love it. One for Canada.
Team Storm just absolutely steals things here tonight as to kick off the IWC 16th anniversary with highway robbery at the Courtime Sports Center. But Team Storm keeps trucking along. They've yet to face a blemish here in IWC.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please welcome, making his return to IWC, the self-professed King of Cleveland, the Big Daddy of Destruction, and he demands that you give it up one time for J-Rocc City.
J-Rocc is back in IWC. We thought maybe it would never happen, but J-Rocc is here, and he always BC Steel has something on his mind.
Well, J-Rocc is a great speaker. He's a man of the people. I personally love J-Rocc. And Joe, you know what we're going to do right now?
What's that?
Raise your fingers. We're going to give it up one time.
Yeah, I've got one finger for J-Rocc. J-Rocc made his IWC debut in the summer of 2004. And since then, he really worked out a successful run here. IWC Tag Team Champion along with Ray Rowe. They were the Cleveland Mafia. They set the IWC Tag Team division on fire for a number of years, along with the Gambinos.
This is a party. This is a Saturday night. This is an anniversary. This is the 16th anniversary of one of the most prestigious independent promotions in the United States today. Get up off your feet and give it up one time for the IWC today.
That's not the man of the people I'm used to.
16 years, baby, and I've been traveling from Cleveland, Ohio, for about 13 of them. Whether it's here, whether it's at the Palisades, whether it's in White Oak, Turkeytown, IWC's been all over. From Norm Connors, how many of y'all been here since Norm Connors, huh? How about Chuck Cuzzy, huh? Chuck's IWC, all the way up to my man Justin Plummer here. And throughout the years, matter of fact, see where that big bright shining light is? I don't know how many of you have been here for a long time, but I remember a night in this building when the man now known as Corey Graves stood right up there. Sterling James Keenan told the Courtime Sports Center to stay down. And now he's on Monday Night Raw. Now he's representing all across the world. Matter of fact, as I look around this building, there's moments all over. Right here, come here. Right here, where I'm standing and where you're standing, these people and hundreds more saw broken Matt Hardy back when he was still Matt Hardy version 1. The first time he stood in the ring with the phenomenal AJ Styles right here in IWC.
In the Roeville Sports Center, July 2005.
Ray Rowe and Shane Taylor to, hey, Chris LeRusso, you say you want to prove a point against John McChesney? I was there, you were there, some of you were there. The night low-key tried to spike John McChesney, and John McChesney became a man at the expense of low-key.
Super Indy 4 at the Palisades.
Became a man in a steel cage against the new Ring of Honor World Champion, Christopher Daniels, right here in IWC. So tonight, Chris LeRusso, good luck with the greatest Super Indy champion in IWC history. Whether it's John McChesney, whether it's Sterling James Keenan, Ray Rowe, Shiva Zion back there tonight as DJC. From one end of this building to the other, wrestling history happening right here in the IWC.
What did he say about McChesney?
Which brings us to tonight. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am
that stuff, Joe. I said all those nice things, and then he called out.
J-Rocc has an open challenge this evening. We'll see who will step up to the plate. It's a great chance for somebody to prove themselves against one of IWC's most decorated tag team competitors, or for J-Rocc to prove that he's still the man. Country Hammer Jameson made his debut. What is this? Marshall the Bull Gambino? Where did Marshall come from?
Well, Joe, did you hear what he said about the one half of the greatest tag team in IWC history?
And Marshall just said greatest tag team my ass in response to J-Rocc's claim.
Well, when I'm thinking of the greatest tag teams, I think the Gambino brothers that set the standard. Oh, what? Wait a minute.
That's Shane in your face. But this thing's broken down in a hurry. I think Shane was inspired by J-Rocc's words and takes offense to Marshall coming out here. God! Suplex to the 280-pounder.
No, wait a minute. Nobody said a thing about Shane in your face out here.
Nobody said a thing about Marshall the Bull being out here.
Well, he was provoked. That's what happens, Joe.
I guess someone disagrees with him about who the greatest team is. Hey, the Gambinos were great. When you talk about tag title reigns, they are the greatest of all time in terms of amount, but obviously J-Rocc looks at his body of work with Ray Rowe, and he's very proud of it.
Joe, I don't think anybody will forget the great four-way scramble matches in IWC history with the Gambino brothers, sexual harassment, the Hollywood Balds, and Ray Rowe and J-Rocc. But to say that they're the greatest tag team, come on, Joe, come on. We'll pretend the microphone is on. It's the Gambinos. Come on, say it.
Listen, the Gambinos came out here, whatever it was, a year or so ago. Ouch. And the Gambinos won a three-way matchup involving sexual harassment and the Founding Fathers. And in essence, amongst those three teams, they established that, okay, the Gambinos are the greatest team in IWC history, but do you really expect a J-Rocc to not disagree?
Well, Joe, it's one thing to not agree. It's another to disrespect Marshall Gambino. Not a lot of people disrespect Marshall Gambino.
Marshall's angry at everyone, okay? I don't talk to him. I don't think he likes me. There's no way to make this guy happy unless he's beating somebody up.
Well, I hope he gets his opportunity then to be very happy. Marshall and I have a great rapport. And let's talk about Jameson here. Looked very impressive in Rural Valley, a powerhouse.
Well, we know Jameson is the country hammer, and he's used to accepting open challenges. Because he stepped up to the plate, and Wardlow put out an open challenge a couple of weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, Jami in just his first match, looked like for a while there he might have something going for himself. We might have seen the upset of IWC 16-year history.
Now, Joe, I gotta ask again. Did somebody say Shane in your face?
What, there's a cover there? 2 and no.
I didn't see the Shane in your face spotlight shoot in the air like he's coming out here like he's Batman.
Shane in your face was very nearly the Super Indy champion at the end of Rural Valley. Suffered a severely injured hand when one of his strikes missed LeRusso. LeRusso had ducked and Shane had struck the ring post. But if not for that hand injury, Shane might be Super Indy champion today.
Well, it made me very...
Oh, God.
And well, now Shane in your face has a beard, face, and mouth injury. And you know, I'm still upset that I was banned from that match. There's still legal repercussions and things going on. I'm all for Clemps right now.
What is wrong with you?
Well, you're bringing up stuff that I don't want to talk about, that we don't need to discuss when we talk about LeRusso being the Super Indy champion. Now we're talking about disrespecting one half of the greatest tag teams of all time. And I said all those nice things about J-Rocc, and then he bamboozled me.
J-Rocc's a John McChesney guy. They have a relationship going back forever. And Marshall yelling at J-Rocc. There's that slide through and the uppercut. Marshall is as surly and angry as ever. Saw him in a wild matchup in Rural Valley. Saw Marshall dive over the top rope onto his opponent. That's how angry he got. We've seen him assault people with police batons and tasers over the years.
Well, he's a guy not to mess with, Joe. He's a guy that you want on your side, and he's a guy that you want to be friends with. Not that you would know about that because he doesn't like you, but
Gambino's what, 4 or 5-time tag team champions over the years? Nice guy Mickey, terrorizing North Carolina right now, 2 count. J-Rocc looking for a tag. J-Rocc, a tag team veteran. We'll see if he can instill some of that onto Shane InYaFace.
And I'll tell you, Jameson's got the upper hand. Shane InYaFace. Oh, well.
Oh, double clothesline. You can see the contact on that collision. And you got to believe Shane's hand is not 100%. He doesn't have it heavily taped, but you got to believe he's still feeling the effects of that matchup just a couple of weeks ago. Can he get the J-Rocc, get the fresh man in?
Well, both men are planted dead center in the middle of the ring. It's going to be a test to see who gets to their partner first.
Here comes Marshall, here comes J-Rocc. Oh, it's like 2006 all over again, Ben. Cleveland Mafia versus the Gambinos. And J-Rocc with a jumping back elbow.
Well, Joe, if it's going to be 2006 all over again, then what we're going to see is J-Rocc getting beaten down by Marshall Gambino. That's how I remember it.
Oh. Well, certainly that happened, and the Cleveland Mafia got their own licks in as well. Ray Rowe has suplexed Marshall across the ring more times than we can recollect. Russian leg sweep, only 2. The country hammer interrupts. This guy is just no frills. He's double tough. He's a self-admitted redneck, and he just loves to fight.
And Joe, this is giving me flashbacks to 2006. I'm half expecting Vendetta to run into the ring. Maybe we'll get Maverick, Spider Mask.
Spider Mask was not 2006.
In spirit, he was.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jimmy DeMarco take your job up here.
That's 2, Joe. You only get 3.
3 what?
3 strikes and you're out.
J-Rocc, he'll only have 1 strike here. He's on the top rope. High-risk situation. J-Rocc's not someone we used to see fly in IWC, but the crossbody connects near fall.
And you said it, J-Rocc, not a guy we're used to see to take to the air, but that just shows you what the legacy of the tag team division means to him.
Without a doubt, but Marshall able to adapt and adjust with Jameson as well. J-Rocc's got the country hammer. Marshall does not see Shane InYaFace. Shane ducks. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there's some shades of Ray Rowe. Bald guy with a big beard dropping Marshall on his head. I love it.
And I'll tell you, Marshall Gambino is a big boy to be tossing around like that, so I may not like Shane InYaFace, but I got to give credit right there.
Shane in the faces of Marshall and Jami. Shane InYaFace a little bit better every time we see him.
And they're going to have to get one of these guys in the ring.
And, oh, Marshall went downstairs on J-Rocc.
Oh, I missed it. I was looking at it.
Everybody connected with the guardrail on impact, so everybody's even more injured than that dive normally would have done, as Marshall has the leg of Shane InYaFace, and that allows Jameson to get a roll up here, stacks him up, and Jami's going to beat him. Country Hammer and Marshall the Bull, could this be a new alliance forged here in IWC Wrestling? We'll have to see, but regardless, the homecoming of J-Rocc after many years out of IWC Wrestling didn't go the way he planned, and J-Rocc taking out his frustrations on Jameson, and J-Rocc instructing Shane to beat him up. This is the old J-Rocc. This is the remorseless J-Rocc that instilled that killer instinct in Ray Rowe and Shane Taylor and in a number of others. And we saw a very courteous, respectful J-Rocc at the outset, but when things don't go his way, J-Rocc's true self comes out. But Jamie Jameson gets the pinfall for he and Marshall the Bull, and nobody likes J-Rocc as usual.
I'm old. You know, I'm one of like the originals here. It's like a birthday to me. Yeah. 13 years, long time. But you know, it's one thing. I don't got too many matches left in me. And I see the writing on the wall.
What does it say?
And you know, guys, well, the writing wall says this. There's a bunch of new guys in the back. They're just as good, if not better, than some of us guys. Don't get me wrong. Where we need to go, we go.
Yeah.
But these just guys just do it more frequently. So, seeing that writing on the wall, I want to put myself with winners. The people that I think are going to go to the top.
I'm with it.
I've been watching you for a while. And you really, really surprised me at the Roll Valley show.
Yeah.
You know, so, like I said, I like to be with winners.
Right.
And if you'll have me, I'd like to be with you. I'll be your partner. Not like that, you dirty bastard. That's more of an STD thing. But I'd like you to be my partner. You know, if you would have me. Anything's possible. We'll go to the top. Unfortunately, you're not in that equation.
What? Marshall the Bull with an impassioned speech. We thought it was to Jameson and Shane.
It's a tough lesson to learn. You'll thank me later.
Marshall the Boy, tag team legend in his own right, has a new protege, and it's the man that maybe stood out the most coming out of IWC's Proving Ground, Country Hammer Jameson. But what will Shane InYaFace's response to Marshall and Jamie's actions be? A staple of IWC history through the years, the four-way tag scramble format, one of the most memorable matches in IWC history. Haught and Remy LaVey started as a couple of outcasts, misfits, but really gelled together as a tag team. Former IWC Tag Team Champions. They beat the Fraternity last year with none other than Hall of Famer Booker T watching their back. Now joined by Suge D himself, Sugar Dunkerton. And Suge, certainly you've been in any kind of match type all over the world. You've been in many a scramble. It's great to have you here to help break down this contest.
Appreciate it. I mean, coming from some of my experiences with Beyond Wrestling with Shakara, the multi-man is the name of the game. So it's all about keeping your eye on the prize, knowing what's going on at all times, and always know who your legal man is. But right now, it is illegal how good this Michael Jackson is sounding right now, and somebody has got to beat it. That's what's going down. I'm happy to be here tonight.
There will be 8 bodies in the ring fighting for tag team supremacy. You gotta believe a future title shot may hang in the balance for the winner.
That's who we got here about to come out.
Well, let's go to Dave Kitchen. He'll tell you all about it. Maybe the most physically imposing tag team, but also the least experienced in IWC. PB Smooth is on the right side of the ring. It is Colby Red on the left side of the ring. They made their debut in a pre-show attraction at our last event here at Court Time in late January, and they really impressed because they picked up a victory over Remy LaVey and Haught.
Now the beautiful thing about what you told me is they're not a very experienced team, but when you've got size like that, when you've got intensity that I can already see oozing off of these guys, that's something that makes up for a lot of holes when you don't have that kind of experience. They're coming from a dark match right to the big leagues like this. That is truly upper echelon.
Colby Red is 6'2", 230, but looks positively small next to the 7-foot savage, PB Smooth. PB stands for Pretty Boy, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
His words, not mine.
Soldier Boy is rolling in his grave right now. These guys. So I've definitely got a chance to get more than familiar with these two bozos. Because, you know, I'd love to be able to tell you that I won the opening match here tonight at the 16th anniversary, but I had a feeling these guys were kind of holding me back from that, if you get what I'm saying.
Quite literally, absolutely. Jaxon Argos is the most obnoxious, hard to be around human being I've ever met in my life. And I've known a lot of obnoxious people.
Wow. Like, I know who you know, so that,
Yeah.
wow, okay. And I'm not going to argue with
And you felt it firsthand.
Absolutely.
With R.C. Dupree, the eccentric artist, some weird French Canada type artsy-fartsy guy.
He's really making Canada look bad. They're a beautiful country. Oh my God. Jefferson Starship, I'm with this.
Everybody in Canada is so polite and respectful, except these guys.
You see that? I'm very familiar with at least one of these men on this team, Jock Samson, and both of these guys rocking their best Arn and Tully brainbuster jackets right now. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
It's the king of the one-night stands, Jock Samson, and Magnum CK, baby, Chris Khan, on the way to the ring as the Mega Plowers, and apparently they don't take too kindly to Team Storm either, since they're representing the good old US of A.
I see it over there. I'm liking the feel of these guys right now. He's got his dusty rags on, the cowboy hat. These guys are looking really, really, really good right now, and I'm loving that he's keeping the Magnum timeline on it. I'm just hoping that he's keeping that same. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that was a wardrobe malfunction or just.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. He got it. He got it. They usually tell you not to go back to it if you messed it up, but hey, we'll forgive you on that one.
The Mega Plowers made their IWC debuts at the start of the year at Reloaded 3.0. They defeated the sexy, talented dudes, the STDs.
Isn't that a counterproductive acronym?
Maybe. I don't know. But we had a bunch of STDs, and they were beaten. They're not here right now.
Boy, okay.
What?
Free clinics all over the world are shaking their heads
What are you
right now
talking
at
about?
what's
I don't
suggested.
understand.
I bet you don't.
They're sexy and they're talented.
Okay, all right.
They're dudes.
Moving forward. Where did the air horns come from? That's what I want to know from.
I believe there's a vuvuzela or two in the crowd.
Okay, are we at least got, you know, like I thought we were back in Puerto Rico somewhere after that.
Maybe. It's dangerous down there.
God, this raucous crowd over here in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania right now, they're looking to go ahead and see a little something right now in this four-way tag team match, as I assume it's probably first pin wins, right?
That's how I understand it.
Okay.
We'll find out if it's not that way. We'll put it that way.
So somebody will get pinned and we'll find out. Okay, cool.
I never get invited to plumbers' production meetings, and then people get eliminated and I find out on the fly. That's just how it works around here.
You know, I got.
I didn't know J-Rocc was in a tag match. No one tells me anything.
But it's to keep you on your toes.
I barely knew you were coming.
Improv commentary.
I'm happy you're here, though. Don't get me wrong.
Everything goes better with chocolate, you know?
Do you have an early favorite just based on how you picked up the body language?
Well, I know who I don't want to win, and you can probably guess that pretty quickly. But I'm thinking, looking at what's going on right now, I'm loving the swag that the Mega Plowers got it going on. I was feeling upper echelon for a minute, but Mega Plowers, I got them all the way, man. They got to make this happen. I've been in the ring once or twice with Jock Samson, too. I got to say, he's a favorite of mine.
You felt the hip tosses and the back rakes of gentleman Jock Samson?
Back was on fire after one of them jumps, man.
As it's Remy LaVey starting out with the eccentric artist R.C. Dupree. Remy's quietly amassed a cult following here at IWC as well. He's a bit of a loner, marches to the beat of his own drum. He's the kind that bucks the tradition of society, but Remy LaVey, certainly on his own 2 feet, with Keith Haught, have made a mark for themselves in IWC's tag division.
Throat toss right there, hip toss, about a 3 on the Jock Samson scale. Gives him another one over there. I give that probably about a 3.5 right now. He's looking like he's got him going, scoops him up, dun, 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 but he's catching a few elbows to the side there.
Man, you're on fire with this commentary.
I try, you know.
Paddle counter roll, countered as Remy LaVey with a drop kick nicely done.
Very nice. And notice that he got the full extension on it, pushed those legs out at the height of it so that you really, really jack the jaw on that one over there. Getting saved over there by his partner and keeping things nice and airy right now. He needs to look back at his man, though, because if we learn anything about how they use their numbers, they are masters of distraction out here.
You can hear Argos from here. We are as far away as you could possibly be from him in this moment. Nice technique on the heel kick by Dupree.
There you go. Argos, like, proving the distractions that come in play. Dupree getting that heel kick like you talked about, back him in the corner. And that's, for two young guys, that's a very veteran move. Isolate them into the corner and get them going.
That's the thing that's so upsetting about Team Storm, as Argos uses Dupree as an offensive weapon. Both these men, as well as Jack Pollock, are wise beyond the years, very underrated. I think you can look at Dupree and Argos as almost prodigies with how quickly they pick up the business under Lance Storm and afterwards. But when it's a 3-on-1 environment, there's always an asterisk next to the victory.
Absolutely, and I mean, after a while, it starts to carry a sense of Tom Brady-ness, you know, with it. It's like you got the wins, but they're always in question. You know what I'm saying?
So like Pollock, Bill Belichick.
If that's what you want to call it, I guess they call it a W a W.
Oh, there's a back rake!
God, and I was told that he did not manicure specifically for this tag match.
I don't think Jock's manicured in his life.
He's going crazy right here.
Oh, to a nicer guy, couldn't happen.
Big knife edge, and look at the style on that strike. Back to the back rake right there.
Suge, if the Mega Plowers can hit their signature move, they may have this matchup won. Their signature move, you can forget about the Meltzer driver because they specialize in the after drop.
Yep. We taking it back to print. Oh, I'm extra excited about this.
Oh, well, this is called the Jaxon 5. I'm not sure how you're feeling.
So that's Tito, that's Randy, Jermaine, Shimon. He's getting blown up there.
He lost count.
And there goes Mike right here. That's Bell Pepper Nose Mike right there, though.
What an idiot. Takes forever to do the fifth elbow. Jock Samson, a veteran, is not going to say that.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it's the dab elbow.
Did he just dab while also doing an elbow?
He did. He's still dabbing. He'll dab all day.
That elbow is bad and bougie right there. I'm calling it. And he comes across the arm with the crossover dab into...
That was a double dab into a lateral press, and he almost beat him with Colby Red, able to pull Jock out.
He ain't got blue eyes, but he certainly got the soul on that one, man. I got to give him props on that.
Now he's got a welt on his forehead thanks to Colby Red.
Colby putting a little iron in his diet right there with that. And the Don Fuji slaps to the chest, getting him into the corner. I'm loving how he's using his size over there. Almost reminds me a little bit of Dick Togo, the way that he's going to work on him.
Keith Haught's going strong style on us. Colby Red with a series of strikes, great combo. Colby Red's a little bit, let's say, mentally unhinged. A life without authority, without... Oh, no, 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 no!
Oh, my goodness!
To a life without pants. No, people.
Thank God the hard camera is on the other side. Oh! Crack kills, man. Let's get it together.
Oh, God. Colby Red's right behind him on that list.
Low cross body to the back, and then the furthermore of it, not just the impact to the back, but that rough slide down to the floor. Like, you're not meant to fall like that in a seated position.
There were a lot of things low about that sequence.
Too low. Too low. I thought this was a family show that we were working with here.
You don't know our family like we do.
Dysfunctional family show. Okay, cool.
Courtesy of Sorgatron Media and IndyWrestling.us, we bring you right in the ring for all the wardrobe malfunctions.
So this is where we would drop the irresistible force and movable object trope.
I think we would. Yeah, and it's 7 feet tall, PB Smooth, and Magnum CK is not that far beneath that. He's about 6'6" or 7 or so.
Well, we're gonna find out if he's fully loaded going in here with PB Smooth right there. He's got that headlock on textbook.
CK's got the advantage when it comes to mass.
Oh, absolutely. He's got the body weight on him, but when you got height, like if he was doing leverage like that, he could get away with it. Magnum feeling himself a little bit. He didn't go down after that shoulder block.
Magnum's big, but he's definitely not fat. He's more so thick.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Easy to tell, too, especially the way that he moves around in that ring. Very smooth.
He trains heavy. Pun intended and smooth. As PB Smooth with Leapfrog. Very happy with his athleticism.
Feeling himself right there.
I understand PB Smooth is the only one that can control his partner, Colby Red, because he's so unstable.
Short jabs right there on PB.
Oh, he's getting funky, baby.
He's turning crunchy PB into smooth, creamy right now. hitting him with that flip-flop and fly, got the leg shake going on.
We getting funky on a Saturday night, if you will.
He was getting funky like a monkey, and then he went into space on that one.
And Argos. Look at Argos with a swagger in his step.
He going giant slaying tonight, or what we got going? Oh,
What a moron.
bad idea.
Yeah, he's the Rookie of the Year as voted on .com. I don't know how he stuffed the ballot box, but he did.
This is about as good an idea as the new U.S. healthcare plan right now.
Was that sound you dropping the mic?
Bro, I don't know. Feelings, they just come out.
Okay, well, imagine how Argos is going to feel in a second.
Apparently not very well.
He will need that health care plan, whatever it may be.
See, this is where a good trap workout comes into play, because then you won't get bent down like this, and his DDP yoga is definitely coming into play right now.
This is where a good brain would come into play for Argos. I mean, great bridge to keep his shoulders up. And Dupree having to help him.
Look at that support from his tag partner to try to get him back to a vertical pace. I gotta dig it.
Oh my God. And again, Maggie May outsmarting the field.
Wow, that's awkward.
Double clothesline.
Very nice. Outsmarting the competition. Not just size. Got a brain with to go with all that.
Forgot about PB Smooth.
Probably not taking too kindly to getting kind of jumped around a little bit earlier.
7-foot Savage PB Smooth was a college basketball standout at Hofstra University. He played against such notable teams as North Carolina and Kansas, but he came to wrestling because he saw the attempt at fame, he saw the potential to make money, he saw the attempt to become a multi-sport athlete. He's ready for a new challenge in life, and he feels he can dominate the ring.
Well, wrestling's definitely that challenge, trying to go for that boot and completely missing it, going over the rope. Here comes Remy. Big forearm, and notice, even though he's lacking that height and that size that PB's given, he's using that intensity, using that running and that kinetic energy.
Oh, and Colby connects between the eyes of Remy.
Rope-assisted enziguri right there to slow him down. PB Smooth picks him up. Oh my goodness, big front slam into the apron.
Oh God, into the rail.
Ooh.
And if you had any doubts.
Letting everybody know that height right there, oh my goodness.
Keith Haught with a knee. Did Keith Haught just curse?
He might have.
Keith Haught's the nicest human on earth. I didn't know he knew how to do that.
You can't be nice when you're going for the W, baby.
Touche.
He's moving around very well, though. I'm liking what I'm seeing out here. This is the first time me seeing him.
Oh, in the ring, Dupree with a code breaker to Jock. That could do a little curtsy.
Magnum right behind him to back up his partner. Up and down, spine buster.
You want to talk about double A?
Batteries were definitely in there on that one.
Argos is, what is this?
We saw just how deadly musical interference could be recently.
Well, I mean, this is so, oh no, it's the STDs! Suge, the STDs came back!
Okay, bro, I got checked for that. I'm good, at least for 6 months.
It's Corey Futuristic, it's chest flexor.
Oh!
It's Corey's buddy, Billy Ruxpin.
I knew that.
Pump Ferraris out there.
Right.
But they're not in this match.
Wow, this is a lot of bodies at one time.
Argos doesn't know what's happening either. What happened to my life? What's happening?
Did he just tell him to hold on?
Well, it's not gonna work, is it?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Oh my God. Argos, well, everybody catches Argos because they don't want to go down.
Lucky guy. Wait, what is Magnum thinking?
Magnum's thinking, what am I watching? What is this?
Is he getting Adam Rose? What is this?
Yeah, it's like a mosh pit. It's like Spike Dudley at the ECW arena.
They're passing him around like they're trying to decide who's looking after him for the weekend. Oh my
Nobody
God.
wants him. They've met him. As the fight continues, I think the STDs feel left out of this matchup.
It was a mini custody battle for Jaxon Argos right there.
Yeah, nobody wanted him.
Over the shoulder like Davey Boy Smith. Bam with the big power slam.
And the STDs are getting in the mix on the outside as well. This is a complete mess.
There's a mosh pit out there, man.
Literally.
Wait, what is... Okay, I've seen that look in Jock's eyes, and it's usually after a few cold ones, and he's perfectly sober, so I don't know what's going on right now.
Are you sure about that?
You know, he does pregame a lot.
Air Jock returns to the Court Time Sports Center.
That had to be a Tope Mad Dog 2020 right there. Oh, my God.
Jock just wiped out 8 or 10 people. Half of them aren't even in this match.
picked a bad time to get in the middle.
Powerbomb time. It's what downed the STDs.
Just downs him right there. That's got to be academic right there. Textbook.
Mega Plowers victorious.
Hey, I should have put money on this match. I should have put money on this match. Where's my bookie?
Mega Plowers are 2-0 in IWC. If I'm the tag team champions at the end of the night, whether that be Flippin' Ain't Easy or the current champions, the Fraternity, I certainly have these gentlemen in my crosshairs.
Man, if they're looking like that and they're covering all their bases with the power, the smarts, heck, even the speed at random times, this is a team you got to be on the lookout for. They're old school with a new school mentality. Gotta watch out for the Mega Plowers because they coming for you, daddy.
Still waiting for that after drop, though. But be that as it may, IWC's tag team division keeps heating up. Action-packed four-way as a staple of IWC for many years. But these two men, Jock, Samson, and Magnum CK, are headed for the top.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the IWC Super Indy Championship.
The Super Indy Championship has been a staple of the International Wrestling Cartel since March of 2002. I believe it was March 22nd to be exact, when the official inaugural Super Indy tournament took place. Super Hentai was the first winner. He beat Christopher Daniels in the finals. Fast forward to Super Indy 4, as J-Rocc alluded to earlier, that's when this man, Big League John McChesney, became a man. He outlasted Glenn Spector, some guy named CM Punk, and he outlasted Low-Key in the finals, a chop barrage that turned McChesney's chest 10 different shades of red and purple. But McChesney stood up for himself, fought toe-to-toe, and that was the first of 4 Super Indy Championship reigns in John McChesney's illustrious career, en route to being a heavyweight champion as well. John has not held the Super Indy Championship in nearly a decade at this point. He can win it for a 5th time if he can dethrone Chris LeRusso. Of course, at ringside, Daniel Hooven, our regular photographer, who McChesney took under his wing when Hooven was forced into action thanks to the reset button back in January. But this is all about McChesney's chance at redemption, because this man openly mocked and ridiculed John McChesney when he and Hooven were unsuccessful a couple of weeks ago, that man being Chris LeRusso.
And for me, especially being like an athlete like myself, tournament tested, tournament proven, going in there, I know the prestige that comes with being in the Super Indy tournament. I've tried at it twice. I hate the fact that I've gone out in the first round, and that's a testament, both times, but that's a testament to how good the competition is every time they put it into the Super Indy. John McChesney, he's a man that I'm very, very familiar with, having watched a lot of his work doing his thing. And this man right here, Chris LeRusso, he's arrogant, but he's got the kind of credentials and in-ring savvy to back it up. Recently in ROH's top prospect tournament, there is a reason why he was there, and he showed it in the most recent Super Indy tournament, and I'm sure that he's looking to show it again against Big League John McChesney. McChesney, I almost got to feel like it's almost like a Return to the King story right here. He told me it's been 10 years since it's the last time that he's winning. He's looking to see if he's got that one more run in it. We just saw recently with, you just mentioned Christopher Daniels, he had to take another shot at it, and after all that time, all the service that he's put in for Ring of Honor, was able to claim the gold for himself. And this man, Big League John McChesney, shut up Chris LeRusso and go back on top of the throne one more time. It's like Jordan coming back nowadays to go against the new school and be able to pull another NBA championship. Can it be done? I would love to see it, but he's got some hard work ahead of him from a man that's ring-tested along the likes of Chris LeRusso.
You can look at the men that have come out of the top prospect tournament: Leo Rush, Donovan Dijak, Matt Taven, Hansen. Certainly that's a breeding ground for future talent, but so too I've been the list of Super Indy champions.
Absolutely.
This is the former multiple-time world heavyweight and Super Indy champion, the IWC legend, Big League John accompanied to the ring by BC Steel and the human crime team, Bob Nasty. Pennsylvania, weighing in at 186 pounds, he is an entrant in the 2017 Ring of Honor Top Prospect Tournament in the current IWC Super Indy Champion, the heir apparent, LeRusso.
You talk about the prestige of the Super Indy Championship. Through the years, so many important names like AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Delirious, Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, Corey Graves, Sterling James Keenan, Sheena Zion, DJ Z, Dylan Bostic, Facade, Gory, Sammy Callahan. On through the years. Josh Alexander this
Cedric
past
Alexander,
year.
I lost to him in my first Super Indy tournament. Look what he's doing.
Certainly Cedric, a Super Indy competitor as well. But all these champions have helped pave the way, have helped carve what Super Indy is. But when you think about Super Indy, to me, being here for 14 years, being here for almost all the Super Indy years, you think of two names. The man that started it all, Super Hentai, and the man that took it to a new level, John McChesney. Can McChesney get back to the position that helped him define his career?
And I know IWC has been around longer than I've actually been in the business. And around that time, McChesney, he was out running those roads around the time when I was just starting. So like this is a big deal to be able to see him go in there and go ahead and take a look. Like he was a guy I was reading about in Wild Magazine, the aftermaths, or at the early advents of the internet when it was going forward. And now here we are. He's coming back trying to go ahead and regain. Well, he'll never lose his spot as far as it goes in the eyes of the fans here at IWC, but it's more than just beating the man that's across from him. It's silencing a doubt in the top of his head. Like, can I get back to the top of the mountain again? But I love, as much as, like I said again, I can't stand the arrogance of LeRusso taking his time, recognizing the fact that he is the champion. McChesney's got to beat him.
Yeah. I think really what it comes down to with John is I think John resents how Chris LeRusso carries himself. Chris calls himself the heir apparent. Feels that the legacy of IWC and Super Indy and certainly all the great things to come are his for the taking. And as you see a 2 count there. And Chris feels that when the end chapter is written on the Super Indy title, Chris LeRusso's name will be synonymous with that championship, and not John McChesney, and not a Super Hentai, and not an AJ Styles. And I think McChesney sees LeRusso as being a little bit too big for his britches right now with the way he carries himself. LeRusso openly mocked McChesney when McChesney was unsuccessful at getting a tag team championship matchup, and you know, McChesney is in a situation where he has a chance to not just not build the legacy, but cement it. Yeah. Really go down in history.
I can see that, and it's one of those cases almost where it's like daddy's home in this particular situation. So he's here to clean it up when it's all said and done. Going ahead and backing him up on that, pushing him off, up and over, down to try and go for the trip, doesn't get it. Big drop kick to the chest, sending LeRusso to the outside, but he holds on, skins the cat. But I'm not sure how well. Bam, deja vu, right back into another drop kick. And I'm noticing with this, even though McChesney has been dominating offensively in this match, LeRusso has known when to kind of step away, using the ropes, not trying to exert too much energy to try and go ahead and stop him. I feel almost in a way, almost trying to rope-a-dope him, but I don't know how much of this he can take with those knife-edge chops and getting pretty much just browbeat across the ring right now, sounding off like a gunshot over there on his chest.
John McChesney with those intense chops that he learned the hard way from battling Low-Ki. McChesney's actually wearing the exact same kick pads that he wore against Low-Ki. And that best-of-3 series that started in the Super 84 finals and turned into a full-fledged rivalry over the years. I believe they ended up having 4 matches because one was a draw. Certainly made McChesney the man he was and certainly still is. John went on to become cumulatively the longest reigning IWC heavyweight champion in history, and as we mentioned, the most Super Indy title reigns. So John has stapled himself as the man. Hey, when we did it for the 200 show, the top 200 stars in IWC history, John McChesney was #1 for a reason, and he's lived up to that every single day.
Oh, absolutely. As far as
what, could have him here? No.
And he's looking crisp right now. Big belly to back suplex right now. Taking his time to grind his man down a little bit here. He's taking his pin opportunities where he can get it, but in the meantime, just giving him a little something he can feel. LeRusso grabbing him by the tights, sending him out to the apron, but not enough to hurt him or whatnot. McChesney still with his wherewithal, big forearm to the side of the neck. Looking like some type of springboard. You mentioned CM Punk earlier. This is what's going on?
Benjamin C. Steele and Fault Nasty, the distraction in LeRusso. Hurling McChesney awkwardly into those steel guardrails.
He's got to stay focused as far as it goes on this match. Everything is going to go up. I learned that lesson earlier in my match today. You got to keep your eye on the prize when it comes to what's going on. And there's so much at stake here. He's got his legacy at stake. Being that you said he was already held it 4 times before, right?
Yes, sir. So into the post. Gosh.
And this is really not looking good if he's trying to go for that 5th time. And he's letting LeRusso get in his head like this. Into the post, like you said, he's got him a little dazed and confused right now. Now I'm thinking LeRusso is finding something to exploit as he drops that elbow right across the trachea.
Yeah, LeRusso's in his element now. Slow, methodical, and cerebral. LeRusso's biggest strength is never going to be his power or his mass. It's always going to be the way he can outthink you and out-connive you.
I mean, some of the best wrestlers of our time.
Oh, gosh! And let's not forget about the striking ability. Trained in numerous martial arts, multiple trips to the Ring of Honor dojo, student of the game in every type of combat sport is Chris LeRusso who gets 2.
I'm super surprised that he didn't put it away with that Muay Thai knee right there. Just jumped up, just got him, and it caught him right across the bridge of the jaw right there as far as it goes. So that's a quick one. That'll stagger you. If it doesn't knock you out, it'll at least put you in another time zone for a minute. And you definitely don't have to set your clock back when you get hit with one of those.
McChesney just now getting his wits about him. Oh!
Right back with that big chop, sounding off, hitting the ropes with speed.
Oh! And you see the essence, Suge. If McChesney can fire off those chops, he firmly has the advantage. If LeRusso can bring his feet and his legs into the striking game, it becomes advantage champion.
Absolutely. You could get a chalk outline around McChesney right now. But
we'd have him here, 2 men now.
McChesney, I will say this, I don't know if it was just savvy, like body control, or if it was just luck. But notice the way he fell down, he just straight tree fall right to his face. That extra second that it took to even roll him on his back could have been the difference between a match. You know, we could have packed everything up right now in this match.
And sense some desperation from LeRusso here as the referee detected LeRusso on the first attempt, Daniel Hooven the second, and Fault Nasty is pursuing Hooven. He's got Hooven. And this guy is barely out of wrestling training.
God, he just savaged him on the floor right there.
Fault Nasty, a bully as usual. Hooven's just trying to look out for his buddy and make sure this is a fair fight, and Fault Nasty taking liberties.
Yeah, just stepping all over him. McChesney getting hurt in the ring, and then his friend getting hurt on the outside. Like, this is not a good look right now.
But Suge, do you sense desperation from LeRusso from going to the ropes so frequently?
Absolutely. I mean, but like if you're LeRusso and you're the champ, you gotta know I'm not getting paid by the hour out here. You know, like a win is a win is a win is a win. Like, as much as I hate like having to put your feet on the ropes and go ahead and do it.
I know you see Fault Nasty getting involved again this time in McChesney.
Yeah, this is not good, and it's not looking good for McChesney. He already had enough mentally to have to overcome to be able to go ahead and do this. Physically to overcome with the man across from him, but all this extra stuff that's added on top of that, this is not looking good.
And Suge, you know from your Super Indy tournament entrance, and you know from it's like Cradle here, McChesney, 2-0. You know from your entrance and from your research, as LeRusso with a picture-perfect drop kick, that what Bulk and BC Steel are doing is not what Super Indy was built on, not what Super Indy was meant to be. It was meant to be about honor, about respect, about athletic competition in the ring, about just who can step up and push their body beyond its normal limits. And in recent years with the Bostics and the RJs, and especially with the LeRussos, we just see that line more blurred and more disrespectful.
Absolutely. Dropping those knees in to go ahead and stop what looked like that angle slam variant that he was going for. Putting him up to the top rope, looking to see what's going on. And you're absolutely correct. Super Indy was built on the ability of being able to take some of the best up-and-comers, some of the best stars that were out on the indie circuit at any given time, and creating dream matches and finding out who was truly the best of that bunch and honoring who that best of that bunch was. Every year, man on man, no BS behind it. But you're absolutely right. There's just too much shenanigans involved behind it now.
Let's think about it. We've mentioned a lot of names: Christopher Daniels, Cedric Alexander, El Generico, Sami Zayn, Adam Cole, all these men have competed for the Super Indy Championship and not won it. They fell short, and look at their body of work.
Absolutely.
That shows you the competitive field we've had throughout the years here in IWC. But look at this high-risk situation as McChesney going to take a chance with LeRusso high above.
Big superplex right there. And McChesney not able to take advantage of going right into the immediate pin because of the punishment that he's already suffered. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Cover! Oh!
Only a 2 count. Now imagine if he still had something left in the tank. Not only would he have got that, he probably would have hooked a leg on top of that too. Very easy to kick out of just an arm drag.
Yeah, it's the impact of that superplex took so much out of both men, and now this is the embodiment of Super Indy to me, because who is going to adapt and adjust? Who's going to push themselves, get to their feet first, and come up fighting?
Absolutely. Oh, going straight to the head work on that as far as goes to that headbutt, back to the forearm, throat thrust.
Forget standing, let's go right to the fighting.
Very low European right there from LeRusso. Now we're back to the forearms, and it's about who wants it now at this point. Oh!
Well, you can't deny both these men want it, but who wants it so bad they refuse to take no for an answer?
You can't get better chops at a butcher shop. Oh my God, McChesney going to work. Big back elbow, big clothesline right there. He's going into that second wind. He's going into that gear that you gotta push. This is what creates champions right here. This is what got him the 4 reigns. Runs off with
TKO. Woo! A McChesney specialty. This could be all 2.5.
Fire Pro kick out right there. That could have been, it was right there, man. Right there.
We've seen McChesney beat many a man with that maneuver, but LeRusso, always a student of the game. I can't take that away from him. Certainly he's had tons and tons of Super Indy matches of McChesney to scout.
Our referee in this match is moving around right now. He's almost sweating his part out here right now. Spins through, tried to go for that knee again, but he had it scouted this time. Stopped him, chopped him.
Cliffhanger DDT. McChesney connects. McChesney learned that from his rivalry with Chris Sabin. BC Steel, what the hell?
Are you serious right now?
This is ridiculous.
And by are you serious right now, I mean by his outfit. He looks like he picked up a Hot Topic special.
And Bump Nasty in the ring. Can somebody do something? Wait a minute. Moving with a low blow. I love it.
Oh my goodness. Well.
I think McChesney a thrust kick.
Big super kick right there to go ahead and put him down.
Somebody get rid of these. All right, LeRusso. LeRusso, the opportunist. LeRusso gonna beat him, no.
That was looking like that was about to be a done data right there, but McChesney digging deep, pulling himself back in. He's trying to show these people that he's back here for that 5th time around.
We've seen the TKO. We saw the cliffhanger DDT. That's deep in McChesney's arsenal. And not to use a cliche, but that really is vintage John McChesney. We saw him come to prominence in so many Super Indy battles over the years, and McChesney is breaking out the hits to try to reclaim Super Indy glory. Couple of thrust kicks connect.
We haven't quite reached.
Got him!
3 count.
Great call by the official, waving off the 3.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was it.
LeRusso had his hand on the rope before 3. It was the right call.
I was about to say we haven't quite reached Young Buck levels of super kicks around here, but when you put them away, I swear to you, if that was an inch away from the ropes, that was a wrap.
Could you imagine being John McChesney and thinking you had this title in your hands and being told no, it was only 2?
That's got to be a severe disappointment, but he's got to come back from this.
Shoulders down for 2.
It's just like a bad call in sports. You got to keep it moving. 1, 2, rolls through with the leg lace. 1, 2.
He's got check time for both men here, even keel.
Goes for a schoolboy.
No,
not like this. Not like this. That is incredibly disappointing if you are John McChesney and you are watching this. Clarissa LeRusso with the schoolboy and then made sure to pull on top of the middle rope for the extra leverage to ruin the comeback trail for John McChesney.
It was LeRusso again. Who can be more conniving? LeRusso used the rope break to his advantage and then purposefully ignored the rope break to cheat to beat John McChesney.
You look at me. I have been here for 15 of these 16 years in IWC. I've gone through North, I've gone through Chuck. I thought you were the first fair one ever to run this place, huh? But every time now I come out here, I got
LeRusso called me out and there's two goons coming after me. They cheated again. So I want an answer by the end of tonight. I want a rematch in Boyd, in Meadville. And I want a referee that's competent enough to call the match without those idiots at ringside.
John McChesney, his journey continues. He feels he's entitled to one more shot at the Super Indy Championship, and honestly, I can't argue with him.
If you look at the footage on this, the championship committee, whoever makes those decisions, he's got to be back in the running to go ahead and at least get one more shot. I feel for John McChesney right now, but he has nothing to be ashamed of. He left it all in the ring, and I'm hoping soon that he gets another shot to prove to everyone and to this crowd that he truly is everything that he says he is, and that's Big League.
Suge D, thanks for hanging out with us.
Appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure. Keep those STDs away from me.
All right. It is the Neon Ninja Facade, the New Age Plague Gory, former IWC Tag Team Champions, who dominated the division in 2010 into 2011, 55 weeks as champions, the second longest in the history of IWC. Facade is also former tag champion with Johnny Gargano. And both these men are former Super Indy champions. IWC originals, they trained here, they started here, they flourished here. And now they come back, full-fledged superstars. And they have a chance at Tag Team Glory once again. Now rejoined by Benjamin C. Steele. How can you be proud of the way Chris LeRusso won that match?
Joe, I need a doctor.
All right, never mind. Let you get your bearings about yourself through the entrances, and we'll check back in with you in just a couple of minutes. But Facade and Gory have an opportunity to come back to IWC and make history all over again 7 years after their first tag title win. Oh no. The Fraternity, Channing Decker and Trent Gibson, after their embarrassing behavior towards Daniel Hooven these past couple of months, they're still going to go up further.
Celebration. In 16 years, the IWC has never seen a tag team so dominant as the Fraternity. And what a pleasure it is to lead the rest. You two bags of bones tonight. And even though we have to do this in front of each and every one of these sinkhole fans, make no mistake about it, once we beat you tonight, the Fraternity will be the greatest tag team not only in IWC history, but in all of time and space. And you gotta believe that that is a total flat move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is
scheduled for one fall, and is for the IWC Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the man in charge of the belt sounds, referee Jason Sixteen. And now, the challengers at a total combined weight of 403 pounds, the New Age Plague, Gory, and the Neon Ninja, Facade, the former IWC Tag Team Champion, Flippin, Indy.
What a homecoming for FAE.
And their opponents from the Ivy League with a total combined SAT score of 1,000. They are winning, defending IWC Tag Team Champion,
BC Steel, who can stop the fraternity and how? That's a question I've been wondering because we're coming up on 1 year since they last lost here in IWC. If you really think about it, you have to go back, what is it now, some 15, 16 months. The fraternity have been tag team champions for that entire stretch except for 2 weeks.
Well, Joe, excuse me, over here. You just
There's the prizes, not to cut you off, but the IWC Tag Team Champs have been held through the years by such teams as Sexual Harassment and the Devil's Advocates, Matt Cross and Josh Prohibition, Cleveland Mafia, the Gambino family, DJ Z and Gory, the Founding Fathers, the STDs, and all the way up to the fraternity, present day Irish Airborne, now known as OI4K, the longest reigning tag champions ever, and the team Facade and Gory beat to win the prize.
What? Take a drink, bro. What? I said take a drink, bro. What?
Wow, the two most annoying things in wrestling, bros and whats.
Why won't Facade just take the drink? What, he can't
If somebody
party?
starts talking about making towns, I'm leaving.
You don't deserve this, bro.
You don't deserve the drink.
That was a party foul. You don't spill a drink. Especially when Channing Decker hands it to you.
I don't want to trust Channing Decker to hand me anything. Sorry. Oh, hard right hand.
Well, you just handed Facade a straight right to the face.
BC Steel, please finish your point before we went on about the history of the tag team champions at the top of the heel kick. What needs to happen to stop the fraternity, and what's on your mind heading into this match?
Well, I don't know if anybody can stop the fraternity, Joe. Think about all the think about all the people that have been in the fraternity's way, and the only reason they ever have that one small loss is because Booker T cheated to help them help out Remy and Keith Haught.
Well, if Facade and Gory are successful here, they're not going to do it for the Booker T's. They are going to do it for themselves, and they want to get back on top and get a regular spot here in IWC again. Facade and Gory haven't been in IWC, but they've been traveling the world, wrestling every week in Canada, Mexico, all over the United States. Facade's been as far away as, where, Singapore, Malaysia, Russia? A lot of countries you don't even think have wrestling. Facade has wrestled.
I didn't even know some of those countries had people. They're very barren waste. But you know what? For everything they've done, and it's very, very impressive, they've never taken on the frat.
They have not. And Gory and Facade have gone in divergent directions since 2011. They are polar opposites now. Facade is very colorful, he's very vibrant, he's very lively and friendly. Gory's very dark and brooding. And these two had a very bitter rivalry in their own right in 2012 or so, culminating in a cage match that Gory won. Facade pushed off, springboard down with a dropkick on top of Trent Gibson, and Gory springs him with a splash. And pound for pound, I don't know if there's a better athlete than Gory as far as using his body as an offensive weapon in this business.
Well, that's the thing. Normally in these matches, the fraternity has the speed advantage, definitely. They're very quick, very able to change direction, to move around that ring. They may actually, speed-wise, be at the disadvantage in this match.
And the fraternity have the championships, and they're getting out of harm's way, and they may be getting out of Elizabeth.
And Joe, you got to hand it to the fraternity. One, I don't blame them for wanting to leave Elizabeth. Two, they're the champs. They can take off. They can go party. They can have a few brewskis. This referee can't get the 10, so we're okay there. Joe, say wave bye. I'm going to wave bye. Bye, guys.
See you later, pal. The Frat are taking a count out. They'll save the championships. But what a rip-off this will be for Gory and Facade. And Gory and Facade break the count. And now we got a war. Frat tried to take the coward's way out.
That's not the cowards, it's the smart way out, Joe.
Well, you know that there would just be a rematch, right? Like accomplish anything.
You know, you're a very negative. I can only imagine what you were saying up here when I was down at ringside.
Oh, well, you can go to IndyWrestling.us and check out the MP4, get the DVD. Talk all about you, me and Suge D. Oh, no! Oh, that was an awkward landing. Gory hit not just his stomach, but I believe like his groin muscle as well. Just bounced off that tightly enforced ring cable. And you can see how Gory's body violently hit the canvas.
And Joe, all that does there is snap. And as a man that suffered a very recent groin injury, I can tell you that makes it very, very hard to move around, to get your wits about you. It's hard to stand. I'm amazed I'm sitting here right now. I'm sitting on about 2 pounds of ice, but I'm amazed I'm sitting here.
And this is as Channing and Trent would say, a total frat move. The double team Gory.
Well, it really is. TFM is what we call it. Fraternity. You wouldn't know about
Who is we?
Well, Joe, I've told you before. I'm a member of the fraternity, the Tri-Chi fraternity.
How old are you?
Yep. I was born in 19-something.
Facade is trying to get in the ring here. That's only allowing the fraternity to double team behind the back of the official.
Now, Facade got to be smart. I thought referee CJ Sensation was going to fall backwards over the frat. You ever been to a frat party? You'd be surprised how many people you see falling over. Just
Bet CJ's been one. There's a lateral press by Trent Gibson. There's a cover for 2.
I don't know. I don't think he's he doesn't pull off a total frat.
Maybe not so much. No one can pull off that solo cup necklace look like Channing Decker.
You know, at the French fashion show, that's actually going to be the new hot thing in 2017.
Go nice with those Wolfpack t-shirts. There's a cover for 2.
And you asked me how old I am.
We're being topical. A model just wore the NWO red and black shirt on the runway. Ask Calvin Couture. He told me about it.
Who wore it?
Calvin, it's a model. Calvin Couture told me about it. I thought he was your buddy.
He was. There is.
What's wrong with you right now?
I'm a little south of the border. I'm feeling the frijoles. Is how my friends south of the border would say. Didn't you say they went to Mexico? I'm trying to be topical.
I don't think anybody has said that in their lives, but okay.
I'm just lucky I got ice, water, and Doritos here to comb me over.
Why do you do Doritos then? Decker is neutralizing Gory here. He's getting the ring cut off on its hypotenuse.
First of all, it's Cool Ranch. And second of all, notice the pride of the fraternity. They're not only wrestling for the IWC Tag Team Championships, which are very prestigious. You covered all the teams. But they are wrestling for fraternity brothers like them, myself, across the world, Joe. You know the countries you said, Siberia, Congo, Venezuela, you know all the countries that Flippin and Easy have been to. I bet they have fraternity brothers there that just look up to Channing Decker and Trent Gibson.
That's unfortunate to hear.
I look up to Channing Decker and Trent Gibson.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
You could learn a thing or two, Joe.
I see. Well, we'll see who will school who on tag team wrestling. As the fraternity have held the championships, tag team championships longer than Facade and Gory, but as far as an uninterrupted reign, Facade and Gory still have that distinction. I mentioned earlier, second most all-time, 55 weeks. Facade and Gory were on top. As you see Gibson pull Facade. Gory was there to make the tag, and Gibson's the reason he wasn't able to.
Well, see, Facade lost his cool. He should have just stayed up there, Joe.
Wouldn't you lose your cool if you got yanked off the ring?
See, I didn't see that. Maybe you saw that.
I did see that. That's why I commented about it.
Do we have different monitors?
The ring is that big thing right in front of you. You can see Gibson with a blatant choke, and again manipulating the official.
Total frat move, TFM. You know, Joe, if you think they're fun and jovial in the ring, the Frat, you should see them on social media. They're always saying things and stuff, and they're just so fun.
No, not things and stuff. I gotta get there. Maybe at IWC Wrestling will retweet it.
Well, no, I can retweet it at OneSF Podcast. I can retweet it and tag you.
What does that even mean? Wait, it could be time for the...
So you know that French film festival that I mentioned earlier, or fashion festival? Well, that's where the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, they play films there apparently. 2 count.
And apparently we're NWO Wolfpack shirt. Probably one of those Kardashians. What do you want? It's good friend of Calvin Couture, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Also, those girls look up to the Frat as well.
Well, Trent's not even on the ring apron. I think he's going for a brewski.
Oh, Joe. You know what it's time for?
Now what?
Chug.
What's going on right now?
I'll handle this, Joe.
All
Chug,
right.
chug, 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 chug. Oh, snap.
This is a wrestling match. Tag titles are on the line here.
3, 4, 5.
You're not cool just because you drink alcohol. You're an adult. That's not social status anymore. You're not in college.
And
Double bird.
Well, that's a lot of birds, Joe. I feel like I'm in an aviary.
Yeah, you forgot about somebody chanting. Gory's to his feet. And the New Age Plague. Drill's chanting Decker with the knees. You don't ever want to turn your back on Gory. This guy is almost like almost like a movie villain. You think he's down, but he has renewed life time after time.
Well, he's like the Energizer Bunny if the Energizer Bunny was evil and wanted to kill everybody. He's nonstop energy, he's nonstop violence as well. But Channing Decker right now is going to have to take those batteries out, screw the Energizer, give him Duracells, because they're not better. That's the whole point of the bunny.
Stop doing product placement. We got to tag to Trent Gibson. And here comes the Neon Ninja, Aerosol Assassin, Aerial Arsonist, 3-time Super Indy champion Facade. Who else is called Facade match? I gotta get all the lines in. Nice round kick by the Neon Ninja. Oh, look at it. Lightning quick agility. What direction does this guy even come from?
North. Well, you know what? I'll tell you, the direction he's going to be going soon is south when he gets put down.
Facade gets the foot up. It's Facade and Gibson at the moment. Tightrope walk and the thrust kick. Facade is in his element. Could he become what I think will be a 3-time tag team champion?
10 out of 10. Watch again.
Well, the Fraternity's going to have to watch here. Both guys are, I believe, taken to the air.
Hey, flipping ain't easy, but these guys make it look easy. Gory to the outside and Facade with reckless abandon. Facade did not connect like he wanted to.
Well, Joe, flipping ain't easy. It's difficult. Use a term, and we just saw what happened right there.
Gory connected with Decker, though. That's neutralized Channing. And it's Facade and Gibson. Can Facade adapt? Facade can't. Facade has been, he's been knocked silly.
Well, you know, I think he hit his head right there on the pavement, the gym floor. But what an advantage for the Fraternity to be able to hopefully take advantage of. You know, just punch him right in the head.
Yeah, Facade may have a concussion here with the way he landed a moment ago. And Gory going to attempt to pick up the slack here. Could this be QAS? No, Gibson puts the brakes on. Gibson. Stunner. Into the QAS! We got new champions! Oh no, Decker with a save.
It was 2, Joe. It was 2. Settle down. Settle down, Joe. Settle.
I thought that was it.
You're shut up. Way too excited, Joe. It was 2.
What's wrong with you right now?
I got it, Trent.
The Fred almost lost. I can't deal with that on top of everything else tonight.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
It's our Sweet 16. Gory! There's an animalistic, demonic instinct of the New Age Plague who's ready to infect the world. Oh, Facade puts his own flavor on it.
You know, you talk about concussions, a kick from... Oh, wait a minute.
Torture rack? What is this? Gibson's trying to help out Dicker, but he can't get there in time. Gory looked like a video game character. Blocking up both frat members. Cover. No! The foot of Gibson was on the rope.
Oh, Joe, it's okay, Joe.
I thought that was it. Gibson was not moving his upper body. The foot was on the rope, though he missed it. It was to the far side of where we're seated.
That right there is excellent ring placement. Smart knowing where you're at, and that's why they're the IWC Tag Team Champions, Joe. We're chanting Decker.
Decker is hurt. Gibson's hurt. Facade is hurt. Wait a second. BC Steel. It's back. Buddy Moonsault. No! The alcohol in the eyes.
Good.
They've got to be burning. And there's a double team. Facade, he's blinded. He got kicked in the face. Stacked up, and the Fraternity wins.
And Joe, we may be here. Oh, wait a minute. Joe.
Now what? What is happening?
Oh, Fraternity, yes. I see. You are not champions with integrity and honor, no. So on April 8th, the Broken Hearties are coming there, and we are continuing our expedition of gold, and we will delete your tag team title reign. Brother Nero, what will be the fate of all these individuals in the ring?
Easy. They'll fade away and classify themselves as obsolete.
Obsolete!
The Broken Hearties, Broken Matt, and Brother Nero are continuing their tag team expedition to prove they're the best team in all of time and space. And I guess Vanguard 1 is going to transport the Hardys right to Meadville, Pennsylvania for Night of Superstars.
Well, clearly the...
Could the tag titles of IWC head to the Hardy compound in Cameron? Could Senor Benjamin be polishing the IWC tag titles? History could be made if the Broken Hardys win IWC Tag Team Gold and the Fraternity have no idea what to think now. Could they be deleted?
Before we get started, I was just talking to John McChesney in the back. He wants a rematch in Meadville. He's getting his rematch in the Super Indy title in Meadville. He wants a competent referee, and he's going to get a competent referee. Because the referee for that match, John McChesney versus LeRusso for the Super Indy title, is going to be none other than Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Stop doing that!
What are you talking about?
All of you people are nuts. What is going on?
Oh, no? Okay, screw him. He's not...
Sorg's phone is missing? Did you steal it? What's happening? It's not... No, it's supposed to go there. And no, it's supposed to go there. Argue with me. Been here longer. Another big-time matchup, BC Steel. It's IWC's past and its present. Matthew Justice is one of those men we alluded to earlier as a former Super Indy champion. He beat the embodiment of Super Indy, Super Anti, and I believe it was 2011, one of the shortest reigns in Super Indy history, but still he was able to defeat what at that point was considered one of the masters of Super Indy, still is really, and it's been many years since Matt Justice has been a regular in IWC, series of injuries, series of location changes in his life, but Matt Justice is here ready to prove that he's just as good as he ever was.
And what a great way to come back into IWC.
The Great American Trend Kill. What a way to come back in a matchup that could maybe get him a future Super Indy title shot. But we just heard live LeRusso will meet McChesney in Meadville with Ricky Steamboat as the referee.
Yeah,
that's big.
Yeah, I know, Joe. I heard it, all right, and I booed it.
Here's a man you just can't boo lately.
Try me.
Andrew Palace is just a ball of energy. Picked up a big win over Calvin Couture at Proving Ground.
Why are you so mean to my friends?
I just go with guilty by association mostly. How was I mean? Did he beat Calvin Couture?
You said it's smarmy. Calvin Couture. Oh, that nasally voice. I know what that means.
It means I don't like the guy, yeah.
Well, I don't like Andrew Palace, so there.
Yeah, because he beat up your boy LeRusso a couple times.
Well, I don't like Justin Plummer either. I didn't clear Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with me.
You know Plummer's going to listen to this, right?
I love Justin Plummer, best IWC owner ever.
Matt Justice is less than impressed with the frenetic energy of the Spazmanian Devil known as Andrew Palace.
Spaz is right, Joe. Somebody with a palace is my hero. Boy.
Referring to the sign in the crowd?
Yes. No, the guy with it tattooed on his face.
Oh, he's here?
Actually, that guy might have it tattooed on his body somewhere. Bunch of Palace fans are all weirdos.
What do you mean? I'm an Andrew Palace fan.
Case in point. No, Mason, I like you, Joe.
I'm sure.
Of all my friends, you're here.
Well, what does Matthew Justice have to do to stop Andrew Palace? I know you've spent many months in the strategy sessions trying to figure out a formula to stop Andrew Palace, and sometimes you were successful more than others, and sometimes not, but I got to admit that you guys took a fight to Palace and got the upper hand more often than not in that rivalry. So tell us what Matt Justice is going to look to do.
Well, what you got to do with Palace, you mentioned earlier the frenetic energy. He's constantly moving, constantly going. What you got to do exactly what Matt Justice is doing right now. You got to ground him. You got to keep him down. You got to not let the people get behind him. You got to keep the people quiet and keep Palace in no perpetual constant motion. That's what you got to do to keep him down. Because all it takes is 1 second for him to turn that second gear and then really take it to you.
Matt Justice calls himself the Great American Trend Kill. One-man militia, anti-establishment, anti-authority, somebody that doesn't subscribe to the rules of society. We talked about Remy LaVey earlier, and certainly some comparisons can be made between the two, but Justice has been a loner really most of his whole career.
Well, see, there is a slight difference. Justice chooses to be a loner, and Remy can't help it.
That's not true. Remy is friends with a lot of people. Keith Haught.
You're not making a great point.
Matt Justice, at one point, had an association with Justin LaBar. Matt was actually one of the men who caused the injury to the knee of Jimmy Nuts that allowed Jimmy Nuts' career to unfortunately sidestep the way it did initially. So Justice is a very dangerous athlete out there. And we know he's capable of just about anything. I've seen him win numerous championships in his career, including, but not limited to, the Super Indy crown. Let's roll up out of the quarter Palace skates.
Well, you know, that just goes to show you the caliber of athlete and talent that Matthew Justice is.
Ooh.
If LaBar was willing to take him on as a client.
LaBar will take on anybody as a client. He can manipulate and make a quick buck.
Now, Joe, why? That's insulting. I'm not telling him you said that. I'm going to send him that specific audio.
You didn't say it was inaccurate.
Well, of course it is. I implied that it was. I didn't have to come out and spell it out for him.
I insulted him by revealing his sick plan to the world. Take down Justice. Leapfrog by Palace, and Justice is trying to get a step ahead of Palace. Nothing doing, only a count of one that time. Justice has not been very active in 2017. He suffered a serious back injury towards the end of 2016 that left him rather inactive. I do know that he was trying to really rejuvenate his schedule throughout that year. Appearances in Cleveland, Ohio, and surrounding areas. Had a match at House of Hardcore in Cleveland the day before House of Hardcore was here in the Pittsburgh area. Did you know that?
I did. You know what else we saw in House of Hardcore? LeRusso won the Super Indy Championship. Boom, in your face.
No, he didn't beat in your face. He beat Facade.
I know. You're close to that third strike.
He beat in your face 2 weeks ago. I'm giving credit to your guy. He beat Shane in your face.
Yes, he did. He beat a lot of people.
Can Chris LeRusso beat Matt Justice?
Well, I think we would be able to come to some sort of agreement if that were to happen, but of course.
What do you mean agreement? What are you talking about?
You know, Chris LeRusso, he may beat Fabulous John McChesney, he may beat Ricky Steamboat, too.
Well, he's the referee, is Steamboat. You don't want to beat him, you can get disqualified.
I could referee. I refereed here before back in the day.
Yeah, and then when you left, this company took off like a rocket ship.
That was coincidental.
Oh, shit.
You know, speaking of a rocket ship, it's a good metaphor for Justice, or excuse me, for Palace. I'm Joe for Clem. Second time you've done it to me.
Imagine how Palace feels now.
Well, let me show you how he feels. Can I chop you?
No, get away from me.
Come on, just right on your chest.
So you as a former referee, how do you think Bobby Williams is doing?
Well, you know what? He did great in the match with Chris LeRusso. Called it down the middle.
Oh!
And that was right in the middle of Palace's face. If you were in the second to fourth row, please look for his teeth and possibly part of his nose.
And that could be a game changer there as Justice is able to finally stunt the momentum and the forward motion of Andrew Palace.
And that's a heck of a way to slow him down, like I mentioned earlier. A kick to the face. Uh-oh. Cat-like reflexes there by Matt Justice.
Justice tripping up. Palace, oh! Justice hits the guardrail hard. That'll do no favors to his back end. Palace through the ropes, a suicide dive. Gotta love Andrew Palace.
No, you don't.
People just feed off of his energy.
I don't.
You're talking about your refereeing history. So many great referees over the years in IWC. Christopher Cayley Capello, once upon a time.
Oh, the guy that broke his nose getting out of the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got, Joe?
The roll up. How about Stephen Coulter? Anybody find him?
Huh.
Jake Clemens?
Can't seem to place it. Oh, I know Clemens. Wait, Clemens. It's not Jake C. Lemons?
Close enough.
Did he ever beat?
Remember even a couple of times Norm Connor's down in the stretch. Jimmy DeMarco's been a ref. 2 count.
We've had a lot of special guest ring announcers as well. Like Dave Kitch.
No, Dave Kitch is our regular ring announcer.
Hey, he's special.
How about Chris Jericho as a special ring announcer?
I've heard of him. You know, he said my name twice, by the way.
Okay. Moving on, Justice sends Palace in.
You know, Joe, you even have to say it. Justice has looked very impressive.
Justice looks great right now. Hey, Andrew Palace is maybe the most momentum. Oh, God, no. And again, we talked about Justice and his method of targeting knees. And Palace lands hard on both knees, and I don't think Palace has those pads pulled up all the way. That could be dangerous. And speaking of dangerous, the knee to the back of the head as well.
Well, Joe, another good way to slow somebody down is by taking out their
This
knee.
could end it entirely, 2-0.
You know how hard it is to run on 2 busted kneecaps? I don't know if you've ever heard of anybody getting caps, but that's the definition of what we see Justice doing. A very knee-based offense.
As I was about to say, Palace has maybe the most forward momentum and potential out of anybody in IWC. If you look at the past couple of years, and if Matt Justice can slow that down, can stop that, I mean, he's proven himself to be a big player here in IWC. And just taking the fight to Palace.
And it's exactly what you got to do. You know, what you should do is when the referee's not looking, just take your thumb and dig it right into the eye.
Wait a second, I'll ignore that comment as Justice gets 2. You just got them talking about how great a job the referees have done in IWC, and then you pull out one.
Well, they've done a great job. I mean, it's hard being a referee.
Yeah, how about Bruce Gray and Bryce Remsburg? They were great referees for us.
How about that Mark Steele guy?
Yeah, you were here under an assumed name. That's how garbage your reputation has been.
Well, I mean, statute of limitations is passed. I can go by the name I have.
The only thing I can say for your sake is that unlike Bruce, you could see color. Palace firing away at Matthew Justice. Has Justice on the defensive, reeling a little bit.
And that's another thing in Palace's game. What you do to him, he will attempt to do to you tenfold. And Joe, I got to say, since that cage match back a few months ago against Chris LeRusso, it's almost been a different Andrew Palace, a more aggressive Andrew Palace.
I think the focus is second to none as well, but Justice with a handful of the amply sized hair of Andrew Palace.
He definitely could do a Pantene Pro V commercial or VO5.
I think both these guys could.
I'd be happy to make some content.
Knee trembler stacks him up, could do it now.
I'm very big in the shampoo world, Joe.
Are you?
Yes, I have much hair.
I don't understand any word of the last two sentences, but we'll move on.
Joe, what you need to understand is how impressive Matt Justice is looking. You know, he seems to be getting a little frustrated that he can't put Palace away, and I'm hoping for his sake that doesn't cost him.
That's been a staple of Palace opponents, though, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. You know, Palace...
Oh, Justice! Knee for a knee, eye for an eye. Justice strikes the knee up the edge of that ring frame. There is no give, and Karma has come back to haunt Matthew Justice.
Karma, she was here too, wasn't she?
Oh, and a double knees by Palace!
And we saw Justice's head smack right off the back of the gym floor. That's literally a padding, or excuse me, not a padding, literally a sheet that covers the gym floor.
If this was IWC Super Indy Alumni Frightmare, we'd call that kneecalepsy.
Wow. Yes, we would.
That's what he calls it. Talking about knees.
You're like an IWC encyclopedia, John.
One time in Ellsworth, Pennsylvania, Norm Connors got on the mic and said his knees couldn't hear the fans. I think he was drinking that day, though. And his knees were scarred up from baseball.
Common injury.
I think his knees have regained their hearing. They used to be deaf.
Well, Joe, that happens sometimes. I'll tell you, too many more shots to either one of these guys on the outside, and they're definitely going to be feeling it.
God, this is intense. And we're having fun up here, but Justice and Palace are having a physical war, and it really has been back and forth, eye for an eye here, as far as both men just trying to take the other's wheels out.
And think about what a win could mean for either man. You know, we're talking about the momentum Palace is on.
And you can feel that momentum growing. Maybe Palace hitting a second burst of adrenaline.
And this is what I said. He gets that second win, and he goes almost as faster as he did the first time.
Oh, God! He just punched through Justice's face. Are you kidding me? Now, this is at the next level. Shotgun drop kick. Justice bounces off the corner. And no sign of damage to the knees at the moment for Palace. He may feel it in the morning when the adrenaline wears off. But right now, it's all about victory. Could it be the hernia driver? I think Justice knows that the end may be near. Both men exchanging boots, but Palace scooped up Justice! Modified neck breaker. This could be all. Two. Got him, though.
Jota, I thought that was it right there. That was really, really. I mean, that had to be 2 and 99, 100.
And again, we talked earlier about the frustration and Justice. Can you feel the same body language and facial expressions from Andrew Palace?
Well, a little bit. You know, he certainly thought that was the 3. Looked at Bobby Williams almost in disbelief.
And Justice is daring Palace to hit him. It's almost like Justice is incensed right now. Oh, God! Knee to the face!
It almost tumbled, well, it did tumble Matt Justice all the way out of the ring.
If there weren't ropes on that ring, Palace would be in the 4th row. That's amazing momentum.
And so would Justice, for that matter.
Justice is... I don't know if he's going to realize where he is by the count of 10. And Palace, he's a competitor. He doesn't want to win this way. He breaks the count. But, man, Palace easily, I think, could have had a count-out win.
And that could come back to haunt Palace. You know, that whole pride thing can get you in trouble. A count-out victory is just as good as a pin.
And Palace, he is laboring to get to the turnbuckle. but he's going to take a chance. Justice able to scoop Palace up. You can see the amount of time it took Palace to try to scale the ropes. Came back to haunt him. Justice hooks the leg. Got him though. And you talk about the close falls. Justice could feel it. And now his knee pads come down. We saw the knee to the face once. It was not quite enough. But now the bone of the knee exposed, and Justice is a man possessed.
And Joe, if he hits it, at the very least, that's going to be a broken nose, broken orbital bone for Palace.
Palace ducks. Oh, the high angle back suplex. Justice on his head. And now hernia driver attempt 2. Palace connects. Can he hold him? He's got him. What a fight we have seen. Not just a wrestling match, but a fight between Matthew Justice and Andrew Palace. Andrew Palace, even you got to admit he earned this one.
And you know what? I'll give credit where it's due. Not only did Andrew Palace earn that victory, but he showed something to me, and I think these people as well.
What is next for the Spasmanian Devil? As Palace certainly is going to be chasing championship gold in 2017. He can be a bit polarizing, but when he's out there, man, he is magnetic, the energy he gives you. Andrew Palace survives another war.
All right, listen. I think you know why I'm out here, and I know you don't want me to do this.
I don't know. Anytime somebody comes in the ring, they hit me in the nuts or something.
You're not gonna worry about that. Suit's too tight. But I want to say something, because for those of you that have been here for the last 3 years, you know that despite a few recent bumps, which I know you're taking hard on yourself, Andrew Palace has been the face of the IWC. Two-time Super Indy champion. The loudest reaction from the fans. Nobody works harder. Nobody does the training school more often than you. Nobody wants this more than you. Yeah! When guys are coming from lesser known promotions and they want to get under these lights right here, they target you to get here. LeRusso! So I'm going to do something tonight, and I know you're not going to be happy about it. You don't think you deserve it, but you do.
He deserves it. He don't deserve it. Do it.
I'm going to make it official right now, Andrew Palace, as my thank you to you, something that Chuck should have done years ago. I'm officially naming you the #1 contender to the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. If I have to sit back there and listen to Justin Plowers do this crap any longer, I'm going to throw up. Listen here, Plowers. Let me drop some Jack facts for you. Since Jack Pollock debuted in IWC, I am undefeated.
That's true.
Since Jack Pollock came to IWC, I've beaten tag team champions. Since Jack Pollock came to IWC, I've beaten former Super Indy champions. And you want to name Andrew Palace the #1 contender for your heavyweight championship? Check the record books. Jack Pollock beat your golden boy.
the line. Do you think Andrew Palace is going to win the heavyweight title? Oh my damn body. Nobody gets a shot at that title before Jack Pollock does. You want to be #1 contender? No, I got a crazy idea, Pollock. What if you and I fight for that #1 contender spot? You want it so bad? You want it so bad? Beat me one-on-one in a clean fight. I'll show you just why I should be the #1 contender. Take it out. You want it? You want it? April 7th, Wheeling, West Virginia. We'll do it. #1 contender match. Jack Pollock versus Andrew Palace. Now get the heck out of here.
Andrew Palace is a fighter. He's always willing to stand up for what he believes in, no matter the odds. Pollock and Team Storm have bested Palace on more than one occasion in the past, but if they do it one more time, Pollock gets a path to an IWC Championship opportunity, and Palace's hopes are dashed.
That would be great. I can't wait till April 7th.
It's our debut in Wheeling, West Virginia. That'll be an important night for all of IWC, but a pivotal night in the careers of Andrew Palace and Jack Pollock with IWC Championship implications at stake.
The contest is scheduled for one fall.
A grudge match we thought we would never see here in IWC, but BC Steel, what was once thought unfathomable, is happening. Dylan Bostic is maybe the biggest jerk in IWC history. He is all about social status. He's all about hanging out at the clubs and being the center of attention, and basically all the negative traits about Justin Bieber, the ego, the outbursts, the disrespect. It all fits Dylan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one night only Platinum World Tour. And there's a reason it's just a one night only World Tour. And that's because I hate Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I hate each and every one of you.
Actually, he's banned from being a full-time member of the company,
which is BS.
So if you want to see the Platinum World Tour, you're going to have to come to Hollywood, California, but there's only one problem with that. And that's all of you people are very poor, and you can't afford to come to Hollywood, California.
That's true, Joe, that's true.
And I say thank you for all of your money. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful. I miss Dylan Bostic.
Dylan Bostic lost a loser leads IWC match to DJ Z with the IWC title on the line last August. It's his first time in IWC since, not counting his House of Hardcore appearance. But Bostic was granted a one-night contract at the behest of Justin LaBar as a retro star in order to come back and fight for Team LaBar against this man, RJ City, Mr. That's Entertainment, who was unceremoniously ejected from Team LaBar because Justin LaBar put all of his eggs in the Wardlow basket at the expense of RJ City. We saw RJ City attempt to win the IWC title, but LaBar showed his true intentions and sided with Wardlow. And these fans don't like it a bit. They hate LaBar.
I like LaBar. Bostic. Joe, why didn't you cheer?
Because I've met him.
Better the original. Dylan Bostic, Justin LeBar. We have eaten together, we've ridden together, we've commiserated together, we've teamed together. I've watched your back, you've watched mine. Dylan, I'm very aware that you know every dirty trick in the book. That's right, baby! He's dirty!
It's not something you're supposed to be proud of.
But don't you ever forget who wrote that damn book. I even put your mother's phone number on the inside cover.
Oh, no, that was uncalled for.
And you know, this being IWC 16, I find it very appropriate that my opponent tonight looks like a 16-year-old who's praying for puberty. And who likes to hang out with his pervert uncle. But you know what?
That's hashtag pervert uncle to @IWC Wrestling.
That's the next to a microphone. You got a new nickname just like that. But you know what? If you guys want to bring your friend, that's cool. I brought a friend of mine too.
Really?
Her name is Nee Arthur.
Oh, I should have known.
She's gonna go golden on your ass. Now that's entertainment.
Man, we got a lot of knee-themed issues here tonight.
Well, first of all, erase that whole hashtag pervert uncle. And whatever you do, do not search for that on Google. I guarantee you Justin LeBar will not show up. And Joe, can I just say, you know what I really wish right now?
What's that?
I wish Ray Lynn were here.
Why?
Because she could twerk, she could sing.
And none of those things are going to help Dylan Bostic in what is obviously a very personal battle.
And I'm pretty sure Bostic went through puberty a long time ago.
Thank you for clearing that one up.
I'm here.
Now try to defend the haircut. Oh, collision and RJ rolls right through Dylan Bostic.
It's something in California, Joe. I don't get the California haircut.
Dylan Bostic may be California dreaming by the time RJ City's done with him.
In Venice Beach, that's a very, very popular haircut. This may shock you, but I'm not totally up to date on the hip and knee.
Dylan Bostic, part of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood out there in California way. And RJ City, not impressed by Bostic's resume in the least. Although Bostic does have a... What are you doing, LeBar? Oh.
He had so much momentum. LeBar had so much momentum there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? That was fun.
I mean, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but LeBar ran the 40 in like 2.7 seconds.
Get out of here.
I'm pretty sure that happened.
LeBar could only run a 4-minute mile if he was chasing a quick buck.
You know, I hope Sword can speed down the footage so we can catch LeBar running around the ring, which you can see at IndyWrestling.us, IWCWrestling.com.
Speed down the footage. Okay.
Yeah, speed down. It's a technical term, Joe.
I see. What's the technical term for the predicament Bostic's in right now?
Oh, he's doing very good right now, Joe. I'm glad you asked.
I see. Dylan Bostic debuted in IWC. Both knees up into the gut of RJ City 2-0. Bostic only debuted a little over a couple of years ago. Won an IWC Super Indy tournament. Ran roughshod over the Super Indy division the rest of the year with his own brand of Platinum World Tour. The man who calls himself Swaggy D, Dylan Bostic.
Well, you know, he's very skilled. And
now look at this. 3 months ago, LeBar and RJ were inseparable in IWC, and now LeBar's acting like he doesn't even know this guy. Everything RJ's done for LeBar brought him the Super Indy Championship, brought him the IWC Championship, and LeBar just says, next, and discards him because LeBar's got all of his eggs in the Wardlow basket.
Joe, you know what they did to Old Yeller when they were done? They took him outside the barn and they had to put one in the old dog.
Well, that's distasteful too. Come on.
Well, the dog deserved it. RJ City deserved it.
How did RJ City deserve it?
So he should have been happy being second place behind Wardlow. That's a great spot to be in, Joe.
That's preposterous to me.
You're preposterous to me.
And Bostic, who last time he was in this building, he was planted through a table by Bully Ray, I believe, at House of Hardcore. Double sledge, nicely done.
So, Joe, that's the thing about being a manager. You have a talent, and if they can't hold their weight, if they're no longer useful, you gotta set them aside.
I don't agree that RJ City is no longer useful.
Well, he is useful, but not to LeVar. LeVar had Wardlow. I'm the only man with War in his name.
What if Wardlow loses tonight and RJ City wins? What are you going to say then?
Well, then maybe LeVar will have to look at things a little bit different.
Well, it's a little late for that, don't you think?
Well, see, that's his prerogative, Joe. He's a very big statistician.
Well, it's like Cradle, RJ City, get out of them. No, there's no reaching you, is there?
LeVar's a very smart man. I will not sit here and have you besmirch him.
LeVar is a smart man, but he's also very selfish, and he's also very short-sighted.
Let he among us who hasn't conned somebody out of a dollar cast the first.
And he has no loyalty either.
I think you're jealous.
Of who and why?
You don't have a jacket with the check mark on it.
Yeah, I didn't pay the $5.95 to airbrush my clothes, yeah.
Well, you know what? Your jacket doesn't have your name on it. What if you lose it? You could be gone 6 months. You wouldn't know where it was.
Oh, you'd lose your wallet and you have no clue where it was.
It's in my pocket.
RJ with a hip lock! And Bostic counted out of that abdominal stretch. Bostic, his grasp was broken by RJ City. Bostic, former multiple-time OVW champion, IWC Super Indy champion. He's succeeded everywhere he's gone.
You know, RJ City called his shot earlier with knee Arthur. I believe Bostic can counter that with the Betty White Russian leg sweep.
The what?
Yes.
The Betty White Russian leg sweep.
Yes, very popular in Russia. Where Flippin' Ain't Easy went, actually. You mentioned that earlier.
It's actually just Facade, but I see your point.
Tomato, tomato.
Bostic is just angering everybody here. And LeVar again.
And you see, RJ City went to attack LeVar. LeVar had to defend himself.
How long were RJ and LeVar together? 2.5 years? Longer?
Yeah, but relationships are made to be broken.
Oh, gosh.
And when your relationship is broken, what do? You forget about it. You move on. Or you chop them.
And RJ and Bostic were buddies. It's amazing how LeVar's selfishness has just motivated men to do the type of things they are now, just beating the heck out of each other.
You would be surprised what you can get people to do for $1. There was this girl I saw outside.
Excuse me?
Never mind. I'll tell you later. She's probably still out there.
It's cold out there.
You should have seen what she wasn't wearing.
Bostic is measuring RJ City. The jumping slap to the face. If that's not...
Now,
screw you right in RJ City's face. I don't know what it is. And RJ back to the neck breaker.
Well, the jumping slap was actually shades of Luthez. I don't think Luthez ever did a jumping neck breaker.
Oh, get out of here, Luthez. Yeah, Luthez wore pants like that too, didn't he?
You know, Luthez was actually the Justin Bieber of the 1960s.
RJ City to the outside and a boot right to the face. I can't wait till IndyWrestling.us' Twitter tweets that Luthez was a Justin Bieber of the 60s and let Twitter try to comprehend that. Double sledge! RJ comes back with a little bit of Bostic's offense. And RJ, not used to being the popular guy in town, he's embracing this pretty well.
Well, there's one.
I think he's exposed knee Arthur. Norm Connor's knees can't hear you, but RJ's can. There's a knee Arthur chant in pockets here in court time.
Yes, there is.
And the reason why knee Arthur's effective is because that padding is much thinner. Bostic with a backbreaker, near fall. The knee pad that has B. Arthur's face on it is much thinner than the traditional knee pad RJ wears.
Think about the sentence you just said.
I wasn't wrong. Wait, hey, LeVar.
Well, you know, you got to give him a seat. Oh,
It's
now
a wrestling match. Come on.
See, they're trying to tell the ref. The ref doesn't know where he is. They're trying to.
Bostic's got
direct
this
him.
chair. RJ doesn't know it's coming. Oh. Well, you talk about knowing all the dirty tricks in the book. Bostic's trying to sneak in a disqualification here.
Well, I think he hit him.
And RJ meets him move for move. And now they're arguing in front of the official over who hit who with a chair.
I don't know how he's going to figure this one out. This is... Whoa, watch out front row.
And Bostic has snuck in a low blow, and the official's back was turned. LeVey complains, and RJ comes back.
I didn't see the Bostic low blow, but that RJ City one was playing his day. And I'm a little bit sensitive to those type of maneuvers right now, Joe.
Again, it's one-upmanship. Is that why you keep moving around in your chair?
Well, I ran out of Cool Ranch. I got nothing to sit on over here. I need one of those pillows that they give, the little donuts. And
Doritos to donuts.
The donuts right now of RJ City and Dylan Bostic are going to be crumbled.
But this has been a game of lying, cheating, and stealing here. Both men are trying to out-con one another.
LeVar seems work. Can I go help LeVar? Can I give him...
Help him do what? Fashion advice? Get your buddy Calvin out there.
Well, he seems a little worried.
You think?
He was doing sprints earlier, and RJ City went to attack him.
That was the saddest sprint I've ever seen in my life.
I told you, 3.4 seconds to 45-yard dash. You could have played in the NFL, been a hatchback or something.
What? Slugfest center ring. Both men rubbery-legged, but still fighting. No clear-cut advantage, but you can tell who the fans are on the side of. Bostic to the eyes.
Well, that was smart. That was very, very smart. Let's see them boo that.
RJ to the eyes. Bostic ran right into an eye poke.
Now that's illegal.
Are you watching? Are you listening to yourself?
I'm trying to make sure you don't steal my wallet.
This has been a back. Oh, is it biting?
Well,
Bostic going to whatever means he can to prove a point in his former home in IWC.
And it was very effective, Joe.
Look at this. Slingshot back suplex. 2 and no.
About half a count away there. Well, he just pointed to
Me, Arthur?
Yeah,
Why can't you say it?
You know, LeVar's right. He should put her away.
She was the most intimidating Golden Girl. You have to admit.
Yeah, and she was great on Mod, too. Or Soap, or whatever that was called.
She was on Mod. Swaggy D! Swaggy D stunts the hopes of Knee Arthur near fall.
I think it was 3. Ring the bell.
No, it's not ring the bell. LeVar hopes it was 3, wishes it was 3, but it's not.
Are you sure?
Yes, what's wrong with you?
It looked like 3 to me.
It was a near fall. But if Bostic has his way, it's just moments away from being 3.
I mean, it was close enough.
RJ stops Bostic on the top turnbuckle. And RJ superplex coming. LeVar's got a hold of Bostic's ankle.
No, I believe no, LeVar did nothing to deserve that.
Yeah, that was 3 months in the making.
He did nothing to deserve that at all.
You kidding me? Tried to end RJ's career here.
That man is a treasure.
And Bostic to the eyes again. Bostic not making any friends. High risk. And RJ got Knee Arthur. Bostic, I think he was out before he hit the canvas. Goodbye. RJ City is victorious. BC Steel. Does this show that Justin LeVar was wrong in insinuating that RJ City had outlived his welcome and his usefulness as part of Team LeVar and IWC?
Well, the only thing it shows to me is that RJ City's the kind of guy that would hit a humanitarian like Justin LeVar. That's what it shows me.
You're insane. I don't understand that.
I'll tell you, Raylan, if she were here, wouldn't have happened. She'd be very upset.
I'd love to see RJ City get another shot at Wardlow for the IWC Championship. They wrestled once to fill the vacancy of that championship that was held in abeyance, but now RJ could be chasing a future contendership opportunity. And Dylan Bostic, he's back on the outside looking in, because after tonight, he once again does not work. Former IWC champion DJZ is the only Triple Crown champion in company history, but what a deflating moment it was when Z had to forfeit the IWC championship in December because he was not medically cleared due to a severely injured wrist that was still in a cast. I talked to DJZ earlier today. That wrist is not perfect, but he's good to go. He's been cleared, and he has a chance to win back the championship. Many say he should have never lost. Also a recent Impact Wrestling X Division champion, DJZ has been on fire across this country. Upcoming extended tour Mexico scheduled as well. We'll see if the IWC title goes international once again with him. About 6'4", at least 265 pounds, Wardlow has beaten 5 opponents in the past 2 live events. Beat Jimmy Vegas, who once went on pin for nearly 3 years in IWC. Later that same night, he beat RJ City to win the vacant IWC Championship. And in proving ground, he issued a challenge, an open challenge, to anybody. Beat 3 men in one night. And those 5 wins in 2 events aren't even counting the event in between when he bested 375-pound badass Shane Taylor of Ring of Honor. Who can stop the man with war in his name? And Justin LeVar, not far behind.
I hope LeVar's okay.
LeVar's got Bar in his name. I hope he was barred from ringside. Go to Dave Kitch.
Live from the Quick Time Sports Center here in Elizabeth, PA. This is the main event of the evening, and it is for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the man in charge of the bell sounds referee, Bobby Williams. And now, the challenger from the Philippines, weighing in 198 pounds. This man is a former 3-time IWC World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the J-Rocc. And his opponent, accompanied by Justin LeVar.
Yes.
This man is reigning, defending, undisputed, IWC World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wardlow.
And DJZ not wasting any time. Now let's run. This match has started. DJZ with a quick power bomb. Z is picking his opportunity, not getting paid by the hour. Springboard dropkick and Wardlow to the floor. And Z, gonna fly out, puts the brakes on. Went high risk, but Wardlow a step ahead. Look at this. Through the ropes and down to Wardlow. And the reigning champion never saw that coming. DJZ on a mission. 3 months on the shelf. And making the most of it. Tope and Hilo to the floor.
And Joe, that's what you got to do. You got to come quick out the gate. You got to take it to Wardlow because that's the only way. If he gets his hands on you, it can be all over like that, as we saw in World Valley.
What a better place than the 16th anniversary for DJZ to reclaim a prize he has held multiple times before. Spring up. DDT nicely done.
Joe, that could be it.
Cover. Hey, LeVey. LeVey already wasted no time being a nuisance.
I didn't see that, Joe. Oh, no, come on. He's got a manager's license to be out there.
LeVey is barred. He's the only manager with bar in his name.
Well, Bobby Williams is on a power trip. Show him the jacket, LeVey. Show him the jacket. Oh, LeVey run. LeVey run. LeVey run. No.
Yeah, you get out of there if you know what's good for you. DJZ's on a mission here. IWC title at stake. And here comes Wardlow. No.
Joe, I just got 20% less happy than LeVey.
I don't care. This is an IWC title match.
But he's got a manager's license. He's legally allowed to be outside.
I hope they ban LeVey from Pennsylvania.
Would that mean Wardlow needs a new name? Just saying.
It's right up your alley. But now DJZ's in trouble because the distraction that LeVey caused, even when being ejected, still paid dividends for the champion, who was able to blindside DJZ as Z was ejecting LeVey from the premises.
And I'll give LeVey credit. That was a genius move because we've seen that rolling, jumping DDT put away guys before. And if these people don't move, they're going to land
when Wardlow tells you to do something, you do it.
Yeah, unless they want to land with Wardlow in their lap.
Oh! And they almost did. Z sidesteps and that 275 pounds of power and momentum just crashing into the people.
Where's DJZ? That's a long sprint, Joe.
Head of steam. Oh, Z cut with all the momentum in the world. Couldn't take the big man down. Oh! And Z just got dropped on top of those open chairs.
We got it. That's what. Well, he said, as Wardlow said, this is my house. That's what DJZ has to do. He has to stick it to him. He has to pull out all the stops, to coin a phrase.
Z sent over the guardrail. And again, the history of DJZ in this company. DJZ trained at the original IWC training school. He's been coming to these events and training since age 16. His official in-ring debut here in IWC was in November 2004.
Joe, I was lucky enough to see DJZ's very first match. He always knew that he was going to be something special. He always knew he had it, so to speak. A lot of people have said that about Wardlow as well, and there hasn't been a man put in front of him that he could not conquer.
DJZ first won the IWC title in October 2008 at the largest tournament in IWC history. It was a 2-day, weekend-long championship tournament. I believe 16 men in all. DJZ the last man standing, but even 15 other opponents may not be able to compare to the damage Wardlow can do.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes gone by.
I don't know if DJZ has had a test here in IWC like Wardlow. We talked about the test that DJZ provides to Wardlow.
Oh, God, you can hear the impact.
But what about the test Wardlow provides to DJZ? You're not going to match power with Wardlow.
No, not at all. DJZ knew that, and that's why DJZ came out of the blocks very quickly, very aggressive, and with a very frantic pace. But Wardlow's been able to shut that down, at least so far. DJZ shows some life as Wardlow hung over the top rope.
And DJZ does have the experience.
Springing in with a splash. Springboard, K brought him, but nobody there.
And Wardlow shows he's not just brawn, he's got some brains to him as well.
Can't deny that. When you've been mentored by Justin LeBar, as much as I dislike LeBar, you're going to learn things, without a question.
I killed you, didn't you? That hurt, I bet. I can tell that look on your face.
It's easier to compliment him when he's not here. But will he need to be here for Wardlow to retain that championship? That's the question we'll answer.
Well, Joe, it's really not fair to bar LeBar.
Oh, my God. Wardlow had no leverage. He had negative leverage and still muscled DJZ overhead. That is some scary strength. You talk about the most powerful men pound for pound in this business. Michael Elgin, Cesaro. Put Wardlow in that category. 2 other IWC alumni, by the way. As Wardlow gets 2. I talked to DJZ earlier today. His wrist is about 80 to 90% mobility. It's not fully recovered, but you know he's not going to use that as an excuse, even though you got to believe it's on his mind in this match.
Well, it's going to create a disadvantage for him, certainly. It's something that Wardlow could go after if he so chooses. Joe, anytime you have an injury, it makes you a little bit more cautious. Even if you're not technically using the body part that's injured, you're still a little bit more cautious. You do things a little bit differently than maybe you normally would.
Nothing cautious, nothing tentative about anything that Wardlow does.
Wardlow's got one speed, and that's go.
And that speed was his detractor there, roll up 2 now. Sometimes Wardlow is such a big guy, that momentum can work against him if Z can out-quicken him. God. Z is bringing the fight here.
And he's rocking him.
Wardlow is dazed, but he's on his feet still, and what a debilitating clothesline.
Well, he was rocking him, I should say. Wardlow now once again in firm control.
Z is just completely out of it at this point. His bell is rung.
He's going to be DJ ABC. He's going to be all the way out of letters at this point.
And now Wardlow leaving his feet. Well, you just heard that. Wardlow said he wants to end DJZ's career, which is a realistic possibility. Let's make no mistake about that. Wardlow has ended the IWC careers of Super Hentai, of Jimmy DeMarco. And DJZ drops Wardlow from high above. Leverage move connects. McKinney follow up. Neckbreaker.
Smart move there by DJZ, using that momentum that the Wardlow had on that missed clothesline against him. But DJZ's got to be spent.
Yeah, can DJZ follow up? That is the big question.
We just saw a ton of punishment dished out by Wardlow.
Wardlow charges in now. Z with a shoulder thrust.
You know, DJZ, we said can't match power, but he definitely does have the speed advantage.
Wardlow looks a little bit hurt for maybe the first time in this matchup since the outset, as Z trying to knock Wardlow down. This may be a mistake. Got him that time!
Well, there it was. Joe said you can't match power, but you can match speed.
But Wardlow right back out! And the intensity of the IWC champion. Look at this. DJZ. Roll up here. Got him, no.
Joe, those tree trunk legs of Wardlow, very hard to hold on for 3 seconds.
16 years of IWC championship history, starting with Powerhouse Hughes, Jimmy Vegas, Colt Cabana, CM Punk, Shirley Doe, Dennis Gregory, Sterling James Keenan, Corey Graves, DJZ, John McChesney, Jimmy DeMarco, Wardlow. Oh, God. Dalton Castle, Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and the list goes on. DJZ on that list, but maybe out of it, no.
And Joe, that may have been instinct more than anything else. We just saw DJZ get dumped on the back of his head. And that may have been instinct.
Z is fighting. He is a fighter. Does Wardlow have what it takes to stop arguably the most decorated IWC star of all time?
Well, Joe, it definitely is one thing to fight, but you got to think about your career as well. And DJZ could be putting that in serious jeopardy.
You see the emphatic statement Wardlow making. It's his house now, and with the blood, sweat, and tears DJZ, Shima Zion, by any name, has put into this company, that's a bold statement, as Z tries to elevate 275. See springboard. And Wardlow, can he navigate Z in midair?
Yes, he can, Joe.
Oh, God! Power bomb! And a second time! Wardlow deadlifts DJZ!
About Wardlow is not only is he a power guy, he has no problem going to that top rope and flying through the air.
And now Wardlow, the swanton, see with the knees. Wardlow's maneuver, we saw him using that proving ground. He's beaten many men with it, but DJZ was prepared, and DJZ struggling to his feet. But what is left in his body? Up with a spring DDT. Pace quickens. Caught it in midair, power slam. Good grief.
And Joe, if he hits it, this could be over.
You're gonna kill him. He's still breathing.
And the 1 foot pin. Are you kidding me? The pin that ended the careers of DeMarco and Hentai may have changed Jimmy Vegas forever, but was not enough to keep DJZ down.
And Joe, I'll tell you, he said he's going to end DJZ's career. He could end Bobby Williams' career too if we get more of those 2 counts. You saw that anger in the face of Wardlow. Not a man you really want to get angry. And now DJZ has nowhere to go. Big hand hawks, his right hands are coming against DJZ right now.
The official trying to get a break and not attempt a 5 count. The official knows the importance, doesn't want a disqualification. Oh no. The official almost got caught up in the contact of this matchup. And Wardlow with a belly-to-belly release. Wardlow makes it look effortless.
Well, he really does. You know, you mentioned earlier with that deadlift of DJZ, and that's not only a deadlifting guy, that's a guy fighting against you, and he was able to take him up there with ease.
Oh, DJZ, maybe playing a bit of possum that time when they lure Wardlow into a second swanton attempt.
Well, DJZ's very dangerous when it comes to aerial maneuvers, especially off the top rope.
And Z attempting a superplex, but Wardlow outweighs Z by over 75 pounds. With this, we're getting rather beautifully done.
He just jumped from the ring to the top rope.
And DJZ can feel an opportunity. Springs up. DDT!
And he caught it flush right on the top of Wardlow's
We
head.
have a new champion! No!
So this is maybe the most power we've seen Wardlow in, and I can only imagine what LaBar is going through right now. Probably, if there's anything left in his dressing room, it's in 2 pieces.
From a desperate hope on the face of DJZ to now just plain old desperation. Z scales the turnbuckles. He has been an adept flyer since age 18. Wardlow crotches.
See, that was a mistake. You look to the people for approval. That's not what you got to do when you're against Wardlow.
Wardlow has Z. Oh no. Wardlow driver from upstairs, and Wardlow has put away another IWC legend.
And Joe, let me ask you a question. Don't worry, LaBar is okay. He is fine. But let me ask you a question. Who stops Wardlow. And also I think we may indeed have the final match of DJZ's career. Wardlow's going to end this. We just saw that chair land right on that injured arm. Joe, cover DJZ's career because it's going to end right now.
Come on now. The win wasn't enough. Again, that injured arm, that wrist, it just recovered. Wait a second. Here comes Gory and Facade. They trained with DJZ. They go back to teenagers all together. And here comes the Frat. Decker and Gibson from behind. And this has completely gotten out of hand.
Well, Joe, that's what you do to guys.
What? That's Jimmy DeMarco! Jimmy DeMarco! Oh, what would a 16th anniversary be without the delicious one? I haven't seen him all day. But while the four men in the ring have been friends, they've been rivals. They grew up in this business together and have always had a kinship. And DeMarco never forgot that. And DeMarco was here when it counted. Look at this! We're not done yet! Triple stereo dives!
Well, Joe, I don't know what Jimmy DeMarco is doing here. He wasn't invited.
He's doing whatever he damn well wants. And this visual in the ring, these four men, for a decade of those 16 years we have been here, this has been the heart and soul of the International Wrestling Cartel. Trained together, debuted around the same time, became champions together. From an old abandoned school, getting their asses kicked by Shirley Doe and Super Hentai for years, to bona fide stars the world over. DJZ, Gory, Facade, and Jimmy DeMarco, the essence of what's made IWC great for 16 years. And we're not done yet. Ladies and gentlemen, IWCWrestling.com. We're on the road to Meadville. Night of Superstars is coming your way. The Hardys are coming for gold.